Hopefully I spelled everyone's. And then I'll say, greetings, mortals. Oh, I was like, what the hell is that? I'm still not used to these sounds. This is the D&D game, and when we last left off, our heroes were exploring a ship, and they just fought in a couple of sea spawns, and that's where we left off last time. Nothing too intense about it. So I'm going to start off by saying the player who had to drop. Basically, after the fight, she's going to say that she has to leave, and she's going to give one of you, whoever wants it, a scrap of the paper. Well, papyrus, whatever. So whoever wanted it. It's the copy of the etching from the temple.
I thought I got that.
Oh, right.
So whoever wanted it.
It's probably, if I remember correctly, it was mostly in Elfish alphabet.
Elven
right?
alphabet, yeah. She doesn't care. You guys can share it amongst yourselves. She's just rolling it up and handing it to whoever takes it first.
I'll take it because I can actually read Elvish.
Okay.
Oh, you can read Elvish too, though, because you're an elf.
Well, it only uses the Elven alphabet. You can't actually read what it says because it's kind of nonsensical to any. It just uses the Elven alphabet. Then she will wave goodbye and swim off out of the ship. And then we will start and go around with character introductions and kind of your thoughts from your character's perspective. I realized I kept my background, but I'm not changing it at this point. I'm apparently just getting ready for the cell games. So we'll start with CHOWDAH, and then we'll go to GAWAIN and DARYA and ALANDRY.
My character thoughts?
Yep.
I have no idea. I'm hoping that there's some something that I can use for my crafting, because I'm a crafter and I would really like to kind of find something nifty to make into jewelry here. So also getting some more fighting, that's nice. Haven't done any real practical martial arts fights since I left the monastery, so this is very exciting to me. Pretty much it.
GAWAIN?
My character is freaking out because he actually went in and stabbed something, and it actually worked. So he's like, yes, finally I did something. Woo!
DARYA?
DARYA is investigating the ship because we're still on the boat, right?
Yep.
So she's kind of wandering around, looking under seashells and barrels and wondering, like she's got her bow out in case any more craziness pops up. Yeah, her harpoon gun. Her harpoon gun.
Harpoon.
ALANDRY?
So ALANDRY actually, as I said in the past, I think he's always been a sort of a loner, always acting on his own. And however, this past few week or days, he's been enjoying working with more people, especially people who can save him from deaths, from certain deaths, and he's also enjoying the actual chance to hopefully help more people in the way. So he's kind of softening a bit, but as you will find out based on my RP that I still pretend to do. He's still gonna be a bit haughty, a bit proud about his heritage and so on, and he's starting to know more about his own, not only his own physical prowess, let's say, but his own abilities to actually deal with with stuff that can't be only solved by raw force or something like that, or raw strength, you know. So yeah, it's kind of growing as a person, or as an elf, or as an sea elf.
Okay. Then we will pick it up exactly where we dropped off. You, I can't remember who one of you finished off the second. So there's two floating sea spawn
Oops.
and two Alandrys. He cloned himself.
I'm sorry about that. How do I?
Which one do you want? The one that was already there? Or?
No, I wanted. I just actually wanted to have my sheet open, and I
Okay.
actually my character.
You just select it and hit delete, and it deletes it. But I got rid of it. Okay.
And how do I update actually my own my own token in the game?
You should be able to. You should have
Let me,
control over it.
if you allow me, let me try
Oh,
something. Huh?
I don't know. I have to like drag the character art and stuff to it and select token. So if you can just go through, you click it and you click edit thing or something. No, yeah, edit, and then you just click on the picture and you can load another picture. You might have to remove the one you have there. But okay, Daria, you're gonna look around the ship a bit, and on this level, it's still there's very few barrels and stuff even on this level, but it's all most of it's cracked and broken and long since kind of abandoned and or already looted.
Do the sea spawn have anything weird or nifty that I could turn into trinkets or jewelry?
Nothing abnormal. I mean, they're made of kind of like fish scales and mollusks and stuff. So unless you wanted fish scales and mollusks, too, nothing that's rare or abnormal, anything like that.
Okay.
Just 1 second. I mean, if you guys want to say anything more, just go ahead, and I'll be following closely while I select my own.
Where am
my
I?
new
Where am I at? There.
So are you guys going to continue downstairs then, or?
Yeah.
Are we on the second level?
Yeah, because the first is kind of the first, and then the second layer was the first and second kind of, because it was just the rooms revealed. So this is only the first below deck.
Okay, so we have one more.
Yeah, there's stairs right here, right?
Yep.
Where's the button? There.
No, still using my old Henry. So in which way to the deck? Just below this one. So I see two
There?
stairs down,
Yeah, the
right?
2 is down, and the one that Darya's over by is up. Okay. Gawain, as you kind of go over to the stairs and start to go down, you're gonna kind of get a whisper in the back of your head that's gonna say, "Go ahead and not tear around if you'd like."
oh, that sounds fun. Let's go.
And a bit creepy, I think, but anyway.
Yeah, he's fine with that.
Right.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go. You guys are gonna head downstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me peel away.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow Daria.
Let me peel. Well, I'm gonna
Where's Darya?
keep them up there. I'm gonna peel away this level of ship.
Well, Darya's following me. Why don't you go ahead of Gawain?
Okay.
That way we're going down two stairs. We're not all clumped up together.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm
Wait.
over here.
So where are Gwen? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah,
There's
exactly,
Daria.
exactly. I'm sorry.
Let me
There's me.
delete these. Get
I,
them out of the way.
I mistook you two. Sorry. I know it's very hard to make that in game. Anyway, yeah. But then I'm following Gwen, and then we will show up around. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So maybe we should try to be a bit more subtle, a bit more stealthy, or is it possible? Because I mean
You can roll a stealth as you're kind of coming down.
yeah, I can't be very stealthy. So I'm gonna wait at the top of the stairs, and then probably yeah, well I'm gonna roll also a stealth.
I rolled a 12.
I don't think it's really. I mean, stealth underwater is kind of.
But
it's just swimming
that's
less.
a good question. But
Well, I mean, if you not won it constantly, you're gonna prove your point.
I like that. Yeah.
You kind
yeah.
of sabotaged yourself there.
I know, right?
So guys, I don't understand the point of sneaking underwater. Like it doesn't make logistical sense.
Why are you guys sneaking? But you guys are gonna come down, and there's gonna be a bunch of barrels and a couple of crates, and
Any chests?
right beneath
at
the
all?
door behind you, kind of between the stairs, is a set of like double doors that.
Okay.
So no chests
No,
at all?
nope, just the barrels and
Darn it.
crates.
so we see no other foes then.
From where you are, no, you don't see anything. Sorry, is actually.
Okay, and I suppose that if they had seen anything, they would just say something to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and descend alongside
Okay.
alongside Potato, alongside Gwen. Anyway, sorry, Gwen.
Do you guys
And
want
I'm going over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll investigation for me, Gawain.
Where's investigation? There it is.
in the skills?
Okay.
3.
I'm gonna.
You find water.
Guy hydrogen monoxide.
so unexpected.
Unfortunately, it's a little salty, but
I was gonna say it's a twist.
Yeah, like Gawain right now.
wait, what is everyone else doing?
I'm watching. I'm defensively watching the door.
Okay, I try. Yeah, I decided to follow. To still
Now,
follow Gwen.
can I roll perception?
No, I tend to use perception kind of passively. When you're actively searching and looking around, it's usually either investigation or survival that I use.
So I still decide to follow Gwen, but this time in a more not just so close to him. So I'm gonna. So I assume that this point here has some structure that I can hide behind.
Yeah, it's a couple of stacked crates.
but-
Although they don't look.
Too
They're
high to.
they're.
Trust
I mean, they don't look nice like that. They're really kind of raggedy and hole ridden and stuff. I mean, it's enough
Okay.
to stand behind and get a little bit of cover, but nothing super.
And then I say, and then I ask Gwen, have you find anything, Gwen, of importance, of meaning?
And my character whispers back, no, nothing over here.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and join the others.
Shit in
Then.
his bag. I didn't find anything. Shoving stuff in his bag. No.
So I'm gonna move.
Yeah, that's what I would say no matter what.
So
That's
I'm
exactly what I said.
so I'm gonna move and stand besides Calvi.
Okay. Are you coming down, Dari, or just standing up there?
Darya's just standing up there, harpoon at the ready, just in case there's,
Okay.
you know, she's keeping vigil.
You guys are going to kind of
So-
stand guard
Sentinel.
for a couple moments, and absolutely
So
nothing's going to
I'm
happen.
going over here,
So okay,
even further away from the group, to look around.
that's fine with me. So this
I'm
as
gonna
I said
roll
again,
investigation again. Let's see. Darn it!
Okay.
Darn it! Can't find anything.
You find a couple of broken barrels.
okay, and even though you just said that you use our perception more passively. Do we hear anything beyond this stuff?
Nope, it's relatively quiet. I mean, you hear like light wave, not waves, but like water kind of hitting the edge of the boat a bit, like the listing and kind of creaking, but no like movement. Like before, you heard like shifting of water and swimming and sounds of creatures and stuff like that. You don't hear any of that.
Well,
It's
let's
relatively normal sounding.
let's be bold then, and
Yeah, you
I'm
guys,
gonna
you guys go
stand around
investigate over
here.
there.
I'm gonna stand here and I'm probably still using my very lousy stealth roll.
Yeah.
But I
Can I give
still
him blessing of the trickster?
If you want to go over and give it to him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here.
Which means you're gonna nat one it. 'Cause that's been the blessing so far.
and that means what? Sorry,
I was joking. Okay, so you can roll the stealth and you'll have advantage. I assume because you want to
okay.
like slowly and stealthily like crack open the
Right,
door.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So, God, I'm very bad at stuff. But anyway.
Or the opposite. Okay. No,
Wow,
Yeah,
no, not
yeah.
that bad.
I
Wow, thank
Really
you very much.
stealthy.
just as stealthy as your land cousins. You don't make a sound. You barely even move water as you creak open the door, and you don't see anything. It opens up into this large room with more barrels and a couple of crates. And right at the front, a little bit lifted up, close to the ceiling, is a symbol of Tyr.
Symbol of Tyr. So I'm gonna creep a bit forward, and I'm gonna go around the edges if I can.
Okay. You're gonna notice the barrels are a couple of them actually look like they're not completely ruined, and they might actually have something in them.
Okay, so and I don't see any enemies, any other creatures.
Nope, you don't see any creatures.
Out of ordinary. So I try. So I try to talk to them to that it's mostly safe here, and we have some crates that could have something in them that can help our mission. If you guys want to be, I mean, if you guys want to to also join me in this room, in this section of the boat, of the ship.
My character walks past him and being like, "Really, this place really is empty."
Yeah.
Wow.
So as you can see, I think it's around here where I can see some crates or around the back. I don't know. That could still have something. If so, if you guys want to first investigate if they have some traps or so on. If not, I'll I'll just open and see what's inside them.
Is Daria coming down or just staying at the top of the stairs?
Yeah, can I sacred flame those crates?
I'll come down because I can't see them if they're in
I
another
want to
room.
attack the crates.
So I'll kind of come down and stand. Is this the entrance to the? Is this the entrance right here?
These are the doors right here.
These are on here. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm standing. You can stand behind me if you want. I'm gonna just stay there and keep.
I want to attack the crates.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're gonna stand behind.
I'm gonna stand behind or next to Chowdah and just keep an eye out for.
Ready your harpoon.
Yeah, ready my harpoon.
Okay. You'll hit the crate, and I mean the crates aren't in good order, so you'll hit a crate and it'll just kind of basically shatter apart and kind of float apart a bit, and then eventually, if you sit there long enough, it'll eventually kind of settle back down. It's completely waterlogged at this point.
Nothing in there.
Nothing there. Are you sure?
Yeah, I just shot the crate and it flew apart. So no.
The symbol of Tyr is right up here, like on the top of the wall, close to the ceiling.
I'm not particularly. So I say that to them. You know, I am. You know, I'm from a faraway land where we only worship our elf gods, and I don't know much about gods and religions among you people, among you folks. Does any of you know about this tier symbol and what it means, and if it means it's something it means something out of ordinary?
You can
Who
roll
here-
religion if you'd like.
Yeah, everybody needs to roll religion and see what happens.
Don't tell me what to do.
I mean, I could, but
I rolled a 13.
I'll probably roll with disadvantage, but it's up to the DM to know that.
If you just don't want to know, it's fine. A wasted roll if you don't want to know, though. But the I want to call him a froglock. The grung that kind of told you to come out here said this was a sunken ship of Tyr. Everybody except for Chowder will know who it is. Like, they'll recognize it. It's not a god that's worshipped under the water very much. The 19 and the 20 will know a lot more about it. It tends to be a deity of law and justice.
Basically, someone I don't like.
Well, I'm not very inclined to believe and trust in land gods, especially if this is more like a human based god. But do we see anything different about it just by looking? Not still touching it.
No, it's basically the symbol is a shield with a symbol of like a warhammer, then scales on the top that are balanced, and that's just the symbol's hung on the top of the wall.
Well, this is. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm speaking too much about
Yeah,
40
my
party,
character
so that,
really doesn't like Tyr.
I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Okay. All right. So if anyone has anything else to say,
Is it like glowing or anything? Or?
No, it's just there. It stands out a little bit because it's blue.
Well, I feel like it would be. Well, I don't even. Do I know that it's? I have no idea what it is. So
Yeah,
I
it's
can't.
basically a shield with funny symbols on the wall.
It's something here, so we could take it with us.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it.
I mean, this.
Oh,
this
you
is
don't want
basically-
something? That's surprising.
Can we tell whether or not it's been under the water a while? Like, did it sink with the ship, or was it something that somebody put on afterwards? Or
It looks like it belongs there. It's hung there. It's got a little bit of like algae and stuff growing on it. Not a ton because the deeper into the ship you go, the less like plant life that grows because there's no like light here. But it's got a bit of like
Bit of
sediment
stuff.
and a little bit of stuff.
Yeah,
growing on
my
it.
character grabs it and chucks it
Patina.
at the lobster.
Okay, you'll pick it up, and it lifts right off because it literally is a shield, and you'll just wing it at the lobster. As you do, you'll see a little lever that it was hanging on.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Okay.
Have your symbol of tear. I'll pull this lever.
Just here.
Can I actually
Wait,
have the
can we
shield
roll
for
damage
myself?
on that shield?
No. Just a second. Can I actually have this shield for myself? At least for now. It might come a bit useful, I think, for me at
Well,
least.
okay, I'll chuck it at you.
No, you already said you're chucking it at me. Can't
That's
change it
fine.
mid-chuck.
All right. It's on
Okay.
you then. If you have to keep it, go for it. But
Yeah.
after we leave this boat,
Yeah, I would like to examine the craftsmanship of it, but no, I have no use for it other than that.
okay. So I don't have a use for it now, I think. But
So would we roll dexterity or
My
strength
tummy.
or what?
For what?
No.
For chucking
No,
the
I'm
shield.
not.
No, you just
I'm-
chug the
I'm
shield
not
over.
taking-
You're not taking damage or anything.
Okay.
No, I'm not taking the shield out of him.
So the
just
lobster
saying.
catches the shield and I pull the lever.
Okay, you're gonna pull the lever and a little, like 3x3. I'm not gonna say door because it's lifted above the ground, but little slot like moves to the side, revealing basically that little 10x10 area in the front of the ship. And
Cool.
sitting right at the front is a small chest.
I'm gonna roll investigation again and probably get like a 1 or 2 again.
What are you investigating?
The area.
Okay, it's this open area with a chest lying on the front.
Awesome. I'm gonna open the chest.
This is mostly around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
front and
the door's right here. Okay, so
So go ahead.
you're gonna swim through the little
Yeah,
hatch,
I'm
open it
opening
up.
the chest.
There's gonna be a bit of like really kind of waterlogged and rusted together like bits of currency, above ground currency, but you could take it if you want it, but it's gonna have very little value to you. And this long object that's wrapped in this metal looking fabric.
I want that.
Yes, but be very careful because this might be the exact thing that made this whole ship sunk. So be very careful about it.
Yeah,
But if I were you, I think.
my character is just going to carefully unwrap it.
Okay.
All right.
As you start to unwrap it, you're gonna see this really, really vibrant, bright white light start glowing out of it as you start unwrapping it. And if you continue to unwrap it completely, it's basically going to be a long, like crowbar-looking thing, about like 1.5 feet long.
But it's glowing.
Yep, the whole thing is
So-
glowing white.
Awesome. This is mine. This is officially mine.
It is a glowing. Okay.
Glowing crowbar.
Yeah. Just yeah. As I said before, I mean, I may be a very cautious sea elf. Is also in my nature. If you guys haven't noticed yet, but I would take a bit care with that. But
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes these magical and glowy things are maybe cursed, and
Yeah.
since this is our only clue that
Can I roll
that is
Arcana?
really-
I'm probably gonna roll a really low one.
I would
Go for it if you
suggest
would like.
someone who knows a bit about magic to
Oh yeah,
actually
yeah, but we don't have
investigate
we don't have a magician anymore. So
No.
Sometimes
So
Glowing
That's it.
things aren't the sun. Sometimes glowing thing are anglerfish.
Yeah, but
Uh,
this is a crowbar.
But it's a crowbar.
It's
It's
a
no
fucking
fish.
metaphor.
Oh, right. I should have rolled an intelligence check. Sorry about that.
That was aimed at him, not at you. He's like, it's glowing. It's got to be good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but I have
then
one
it eats you.
intelligence, so I have 12 intelligence, so I have an excuse.
No, well,
No, you
you're
are above average.
I have like 13 intelligence, but still +1, and I don't have Arcana or anything like that. So, well, I do have some insight. So, but I don't think that applies.
If you'd
here,
like to
right?
roll
Yeah, I
Arcana,
want to know
you
what it
ca-
is.
If you'd like to roll Arcana, you can, but it's
No, but I meant
19.
right. That's cool. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything about this.
I don't know if you have it or not. It's a spell you've probably seen in some of your training because clerics do get it. It glows like the light spell, basically.
Mm.
And there's nothing like there's no markings on it. There's nothing. It looks like a plain crowbar that just innately glows this white light. It looks a little bit brighter than the normal spell that you'd seen, but maybe it's a stronger version or something. But
Cool.
without having like detect magic or some sort of magic to look at it more in depth, identify or whatever, you're not going to be able to pull more out of it than that, really.
Cool. My character tucks it into his belt.
Considering I'm the only person in this group who can't see in the dark, maybe giving me the light source would make the most sense.
Yeah,
but
it's mine.
Still,
It's not yours. You found it. You're part of the group. It's party loot.
Yeah, well,
Okay, you want to fight me over it?
I'm not even.
Yes, I will
I'm not
fight
even
you over it.
touching. I'm not. I'm gonna stand here because I'm not even touching that stuff because I'm 100%. It's either a trap for us or something magical to do with the ship thinking. So I'm not touching it. I'm not even looking at it actually.
So yeah.
I can't wait till I start throwing real loot out at you. You have an item with a cantrip on it.
So my character comes back over here and arm wrestles the lobster.
Okay.
See who wins.
You
Okay,
want to arm wrestle me for it?
Just straight strength roll.
Yeah. Where's how I roll strength?
On your strength, it should be.
I roll an 8. What's the lobster roll?
So should not
7.
really roll.
1.
Somehow he manages to outmaneuver you.
I feel like that's, to be fair, I feel like that's would actually be an athletics check.
And Darya is over here
would be-
going like, children. And then she's gonna walk over and take the crowbar
But it's mine.
because
You literally gave no logical reason to keep it. I did.
children. This is
At
what
this
happens
point,
when
at
you
this point, I just do my
share your
my
toys.
homework. I just do my homework and cross his arms and wait for this whole nonsense to be ended. So I just be like this eternally.
The
and
guy who
wait.
constantly has his arms crossed is talking about nonsense from other people.
Okay.
I can do that too, because I have a lot of arms. I can do twice as good.
I just stand. I'm just standing, not saying anything anymore.
Okay, but if that's all we have, then I guess.
So that's all for this boat, right?
Unless you want to look at the barrels.
Well, if someone else want to roll,
If someone wants to roll it,
investigation or
yeah,
something, but I don't think we're gonna find anything else. I think we should take with us. This is off character, but I think we should take with us whoever takes it, both the shield and the the symbol of Tyr, which is a shield, and this and the score bar, which, as far as I know, it's with Daria now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right.
I'll investigate the barrels real quick. Like
You're gonna look through, and a lot of them in the back area look shattered, but in this front area there are 8 that look like they still have weight to them, and something might be inside of them.
yeah. So I'm
and they have this like burned in kind of marking of a rose. I mean, you're not going to recognize it as a character, but just to give you the visual, it's basically the maker's mark kind of, but it's a charred in rose.
Maker's Mark whiskey.
No, not whiskey.
Okay, I'm gonna stand
Good stuff.
here. I'm gonna stand here and wait if you guys well, I am not crossing my arms anymore, so I feel a bit more relaxed, or trying to be a bit more patient with you guys. And I wait to see if you guys want to explore some of those crates, which might have something else.
They're not the full barrels. The ones that you have that look are just like the normal, like not normal, but like much the smaller, like.
I'm gonna
Cask
investigate over
size.
here.
All right.
Darn it!
So feel free to
Do I-
investigate anything, or feel free to.
I'm investigating. Do I find anything in the barrels?
Are you gonna open them?
Yes, I'm gonna investigate all of them.
Okay.
Open them.
If you're
or-
going to, well, they're sealed.
Okay,
So if you're gonna try and pry one open, I mean, you're holding the crowbar.
exactly.
Okay, so you're just gonna try and pry one open, and you're
Yeah.
gonna pop it open, and this red liquid's going to come out.
Is it blood?
No, it's not blood. You'd be able to tell blood.
So it's wine.
Yeah, it's wine. It's got the like a fermented.
Right. Anything else?
Is it?
That you find?
Are all 8 of them full of red wine?
One of them definitely is. You don't know about the other ones for sure, but they look exactly the same.
Okay.
And you only have 7 now.
Okay. Well, I would like to open all the remaining 7. Do I need to roll
Just go
strength
for
or
it.
anything like
Well,
that?
if you open them, you're going to destroy them.
Yeah, I'd rather have them intact because they're worth more money.
So we just take them with us then?
So it's up to you whether you want to pop them open and destroy them to see if there's something else in them, or
How heavy are they?
they
Well,
don't-
we're underwater, so
yeah, the base
Yeah.
they're
Doesn't
almost
matter.
buoyant.
Right.
Well, if they're buoyant, then they're not
Almost
going to have
buoyant.
wine in them. Even if they're like, yeah, they wouldn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're almost buoyant. Like
Okay.
the outside is kind of waterlogged, but they're almost buoyant because it's still wood that they're inside of. Liquid and liquid. I don't know the density of water, but it's close enough that it's like they basically almost have negligible weight.
Okay.
Right. So it's safe to assume that they mostly have wine on them.
That's what you guys would assume, yeah. Because
So
she popped that one open.
Should we take the wine back to the town, or
Would we even know what wine is? I mean, we're underwater and we've never drank wine or.
Gawain might, and it depends. If you want your character to know what wine is, you can know what wine is, because except for maybe CHOWDAH, who's too young and not really, has never left. But like, if you've spent your entire life near or around or near Lannis, you probably don't know what it is. Like if Alandry, who's got an elven lifespan, has spent some time traveling, maybe he's been above water and seen it before.
Yeah, I've definitely seen
I'll
wine before.
I'll basically leave it up to you if you want your character to know what it is or not.
I have never been on land above water, and I've tried to not have. I mean, yes, I do have more than 100 years old. So, however, I mostly spent those years either in our own sea of towns, and so, or not that far away.
That's fine. If you
So
don't want your
I wouldn't
characters
know.
to know, that's fine. But
and he's not into. I mean, he hasn't tried any of this human stuff anyway.
that's fine.
Uh,
So
so
Gawain's the only
just-
one I think
just
who
having-
knows.
Uh,
I mean, however, I do ask them. So, I assume that this liquid is mostly harmless if we actually don't get in touch with them. And should we take the 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 intact uh, uh, the intact barrels back to the town?
well, that
Depends on how much
I
they're
I do
worth
have a rope.
to people
do have a-
underwater. I mean, I don't think they're worth much to people underwater unless we're
Uh,
going to trade with people.
you mean like the dwarf?
Oh. All right, let's take it back.
I mean, I do have a rope, and we can like tie them on, so one after another, and I can swim, and I can swim back to where we were.
I don't remember what we were hired to go here for anyway.
You know I have a card, right?
We
No,
were just
we are here. We're here to investigate exactly why. As far as I remember, we're here to investigate why the ship suddenly.
No, we were here to clear it out because there were monsters in it.
True, but at the same time, it was weird the fact that the ship just suddenly sunk with no damage.
I would like to
And we
argue
have-
that you explained that you don't really go to the surface, so literally the only person who would think this is confusing would be Gawain again.
Yeah.
Probably.
We're like ship sinking. That's well, okay.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
it is
However,
a little weird that there's no
however-
damage, but you don't know. Yeah, you guys don't
No,
know
no,
a lot
no.
about it.
However, I must say something about this this line of thought. Even though I haven't been on land, I have seen several. I
Shipwrecks.
assume that I have seen several some ships wreckage, and I do find weird that this ship seems intact.
Yeah, while you guys are talking about this, I'm going to go above deck.
Were you taking that metallic
Let's see, where-
cloth?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I didn't even tell them about that.
Okay.
I don't know about it. So okay, so I think we're done here.
Yeah, I'm going above deck. Like all the
I'm-
way above deck.
I'm following Gwen.
I need to write.
I will help
See,
carry
which,
the.
which level is which?
It doesn't matter. You can just say you go above.
So anything else? So
I'm-
as we
I'm gonna go right to the bow of the ship and investigate that. Let's see. Do I roll investigation again?
we've
second.
already investigated that.
What are you looking?
Well, I don't know. Is there anything else to do
No,
at all?
You guys have looked through most of the other stuff.
Cool.
I mean, unless something has changed as we go as you go up deck by deck, as anything changes.
I'm gonna go behind everyone just to make sure that nothing else pops out and kind
Well,
of.
I was gonna help you carry the wine up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I actually thought that we wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not.
actually
I'm not the one carrying the
taking the wine.
wine. I thought the. I thought the trident person was gonna carry the wine,
As
No,
you,
no.
when you
I mean, I actually.
or the lobster.
okay, one
No,
second.
no. Oh,
1 second.
Okay. Okay.
As Gawain, when you go up to the top deck, you're gonna
Uh-huh.
start hearing in the distance a bit, loud noises, which you'll be able to identify as whale song.
Ooh.
Okay.
And,
I just wanted to get that out of the way so you guys can go back to figuring out you're gonna carry up the.
Okay, so I actually thought that we
and I want to go and look in the direction of the whale song and see if there's anything suspicious in that area.
Okay. Well, let them.
So I'm gonna ask the guys here again if we actually need
Let's see what happens.
if we actually need to
9.
put the wine back to the surface or not, because if not, if you guys don't think this is gonna be valuable, then we just leave it here.
Yeah, Chowda and I are going to bring the wine up for the dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah, because he can actually drink it because he exists in a bubble of oxygen.
So I'm gonna help you guys.
I don't know what dwarf you guys are talking about.
The
I
one.
don't.
There's a dwarf.
Who's trapped in the city?
He's not. No, he's not trapped.
Well, he was cursed or something. So
You actually don't know a lot about that in character. Let me find the.
he's a craftsman. That's probably
Oh
the
well,
only thing
you
I know
might
about him now.
you actually yeah
I
okay you
don't
might know a
I
little
don't
bit
know
more.
much about it.
But he's a mountain dwarf and he sits in a pocket of magical. Well, he doesn't sit there. You've seen him around town a little bit too. That's just where his workshop is because it has to be in air bubbles for him to be able to forge. But you do see.
But either way, he lives part of the
Yeah,
time.
my character knows nothing about this person.
So.
Well, I might
They don't
have
run
seen-
in the same circles.
Well, I just know.
He makes things, you steal things.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna write it down, Daria?
What am I writing down? Yes.
Well, if you're putting it in your cart,
Yeah, I know, but she was the one who found it, so she can write it down.
okay. You don't see anything off in the distance. Quite yet, but whale songs can go on for a while.
But anyway, I do help them if they need my help with the
That's fine.
wine. If
So
not, I'll
the
just
three of you guys can just grab a couple and
right.
Chowda can probably grab 2 and then a third one with his tiny arms, and you guys can just each like kind of barrel hold the 2 more, and that's all set then.
I'm actually gonna take the empty one as well
Okay.
Okay.
because I'm sure it has a mark on it. I'm sure it was masterfully crafted.
It's
You could
broke. It's,
stuff somebody
I
if
have-
they're
okay.
too annoying.
I just thought actually to tie all this thing is in a with my rope and make them easier to actually and like tie in my knees or something like that. And then but anyway, that's fine.
well, you're just gonna throw him in Chowda's cart, and you can tie him down in there. Just, like
okay.
stack him and then just
Yeah.
throw a rope over it a couple of times.
Alright.
As
alright.
you guys come above deck, you guys will start hearing the whale song as well, and in the direction that kind of Gawain is kind of standing off looking at.
This one.
Yeah, I'm swimming in that direction currently.
I'm gonna
You guys are
stand-
gonna see me swimming off in that direction.
Yes. What
Right.
like do whales speak whale, or do they like? Is it?
do they have any meaning? If is it any song with some lyrics or just wait or just wait?
You will specifically be able to. I mean, it's just chatter.
It's chowda actually.
No, it's just like chatter. They're vocalizing and kind of use it kind of like a radar long distance, but so you're picking up just kind of like just nonsensical kind of chatting. Most, I mean, it's their whales are still animalistic, so it's not like, hi, how are you doing? How's the weather? Like it's just like almost emotions and communicating.
Wait, there's
and
a
stuff.
person here who understands animals.
Yeah,
You can
that's
roll
what I'm gonna.
you can roll a nature if you'd like, and I will give you advantage on it because you're more likely to kind of know what language kind of it is. Okay.
And also I know eggplant, which is
it's not an actual language. It's not like a
okay.
but you will pick up like the distinction, the tones and stuff will be orca.
Okay, so these okay, so I tell to the rest of my party. Uh-huh.
Which you probably
So,
know are actually dangerous to humanoids underwater.
Mm.
are they? Are they to me?
Yeah, I mean,
Even to
you can
me?
communicate with them, maybe negotiate, but if they don't care,
Possible
you
in
know that
theory.
they're strong enough and smart enough to catch and kill if they're hungry.
Okay, and base it on on our hearing. Do I have a sense on how far they are from us, from where I am at the tip of the boat?
Less than a mile,
A mile.
but I mean, just to like,
That's like more than 2 kilometers, right? So yeah,
1.6 kilometers.
yes.
yeah, exactly. So a bit less than 2 kilometers. Yeah, they're kind of not really close.
Mm.
We can either ignore them or investigate further. What should I say?
Well, I didn't say they were
And
at 2 miles. I said they were within a mile.
Ah,
So it could only be a
That's
half a mile out, or whatever. Somewhere's in.
okay. But I don't
They're not
actually
super
see
close though.
but I don't actually see them.
Nope,
Just
you
hear
guys
them.
can't see far enough to actually see them yet.
All right. So do you guys want to investigate? And I can probably talk to them, or should we ignore and take?
I've already started in that direction, so the question is a moot point at this point for me.
Okay. So
Are you going to explain to us what they are? Because you're the one who knows like that they're orcas. And
yeah, no, I know. I assume it that I just did actually. So I
Just
say
making
I say to guys. Okay, so I'll
I'm
say
just
to
heading in
guys
that
as I
direction
know.
to
All
get
right.
a better look.
All right. So I say to you guys, I'm still here, but I'm still keeping an eye on Gwen. But anyway, but I'm gonna tell them. So these are actually not so friendly animals from in the sea. Sea animals. They are orcas. They are like a more aggressive dolphins, if you know what a dolphin is. So I would be cautious actually to approach them. However, this might be another clue about what's been happening in this region. So I propose we either investigate them and probably try at the same time to rescue Gwen, or we can ignore Gwen and the workers and go back to the town, to the city, with the stuff that we have already found, and maybe someone else can tell us if they meant something. I don't know. So what do you guys think? I can try to reason with these orcas, but and I'm pretty confident that I could try to make at least at least at first to be non-aggressive. I'm not sure how much information, if any. I mean, information as in feelings, as in emotions, they can they are willing to share with me. But I can definitely. My own personal feeling is that we should approach and see a bit closer what they are doing and what they are speaking. So we speak.
Are you guys gonna swim in that
I
direction,
think
or
we should leave them alone. Personally,
You what? Sorry.
I think we should leave them alone.
I'm with Chowda.
Yeah,
But-
but I'm already heading in that
If you're
direction.
stupid enough to run off without the party, then your death is on your own fucking hands. So, if
I'm
they're aggressive, then I think we shouldn't take the chance that they
Yeah, I'm
I
just
mean,
going to get a better look. I'm
I
not
don't know
going
how
to,
persuasive you can
to
be.
engage or anything. I'm just going
At this
to
point, you've been kind of a grumpy Gus, so maybe animals like you. But I would rather not even take the chance that they could be hungry. That's especially if
I'm
it's a group
kind
of
of
them.
torn. I'm kind of torn, and at the same time, I feel the need to actually watch over all of our groups, including Gwen.
Who's
However
faked
brash
you?
he can be at some times. So I'm gonna okay I'm gonna so if I stand here, how am I still able to see Gwen, and you tell me
Yeah, but he's
if
like
I don't
several
see him,
hundred feet away at this point. He's been swimming for a minute or
he's
two.
too away for me to actually see him.
No, you can still see him off in the distance, but he's getting further away. He's swimming in that direction.
Right. So
Yeah.
I say to Daria, and I always I always forget your name because your name is not on our list of anyway. But I say to our um,
CHOWDAH.
yes, I say to Chowda. So if you guys want to stay here, then I'm gonna follow quite from a distance and try to make sure that Gwen doesn't get in any trouble, because I feel like I even if it can be a bit foolish at some points, I feel like I own his life, and I want to watch over our party. So I'm gonna follow him from a very long distance, but still I'm gonna try to not get him killed. If you guys want to go back to the city or wait over here, that's your own call. I'm not gonna. I mean just follow your instincts, your nature at this point.
Well, yeah, I figured, while we've been having this discussion, I've probably been tying the barrels down. We could start heading towards town, and you can catch up to us if you'd like.
Perfect.
Because I mean, it's only I think it was like 3 miles,
Perfect.
4 miles,
It
something like that.
wasn't too far.
It wasn't super far, so I mean, it shouldn't take you long to catch up. And that way, at least I'd rather not just sit around, because we don't know, like something else could show up.
Yeah.
And at least
Yeah.
heading
That's
towards
true.
town, we're heading towards safety.
That's true. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have
So-
any kinds of long distance contact between us. But anyway,
Okay.
just
So
make sure that
Dar-
we are all alive.
okay, so Daria and Chowder are gonna get down off the ship and start heading in the direction of town.
Yep.
And Landry's gonna chase after Gawain.
Yes. I'm gonna keep around 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 one dash from him, which is like
60
six,
feet.
yes, exactly.
But you need to catch up to him first. So you're gonna hurry and try and catch up to him a little bit, and then.
Okay, I can dash then.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's fine. With a little bit of effort, you're swimming faster to try and catch up. You're gonna swim for probably 10 minutes before you start to see them starting to kind of come into view.
And then as soon as my character sees them coming into view, he stops and stares.
Okay. I mean, they're gonna be small at first, and then more and more are gonna pop up.
Cool.
And
How
then
many?
more, and then more, and then more, and then there's a lot of them.
Wow.
A lot is in
More than
And-
4?
more than 10, more than 20.
As you sit there and watch them, there's going to be there's going to be almost 200 of them in total. Full
Yeah, my
families,
character sees
large
that and
whales,
starts running.
and like
starts-
even like small calves, and there's going to be a lot of them.
Yeah, my character starts running.
Running, I'm assuming
In the opposite
swimming
direction.
on
As
the
fast
opposite.
as he possibly can.
Okay. that's a very yeah. And then you see me, and then
I bump into you, and then you tell me something.
yeah, yeah. I say yeah, yeah. You might. I would say that. I mean, we are at this point. We are both dashing away from them.
You know,
Uh,
actually, a good comparison, I think, is for you as players, perhaps think of them as 30-foot tall lions, almost, except maybe probably smarter than lions.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah,
that's a good comparison, I think.
yeah. I know. I know that
Maybe not
from off character as well.
maybe not that aggressive as a lion, but
Okay. Have they shown any indications that they have
Are they
sense?
following us?
no. I mean, you can kind of hear their chattering too. If you guys just immediately dart off and stay away from them, they'll never have
So-
noticed you. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
and
why
then
so
and
while
then I
we are
ask him where did everybody else go? Let's go in that direction fast.
the opposite direction you meant, right?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I ask you where the
But at
rest
the
of the
same
party went, and ask you if we can go in that direction as fast as possible.
okay, at the same time, since we were a bit closer to them at that point, have I noticed anything specific that they were like actually talking,
Oh
but
wait,
No,
wait.
saying to one
nothing
another?
nothing abnormal. Like it just seems
Okay,
like it's a very
okay,
large group of them, but otherwise
all
it's
right.
not abnormal. Like you don't think there's anything going on with them. At
But
least from
but
listening to their
and also
wails,
based,
their songs and stuff.
I'm sorry to make all these all these questions, but in my personal experience as a sea elf and with all this kind of animal handlings and so on, animal talking and so on, uh, do I have the feeling that uh, this uh, this event is something rare or something that happens?
Groups of them this large aren't common, but they're not rare.
Okay, okay.
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 That's fine with me. So we're also heading back to the city.
Okay. So
So you
Daria
back.
and Chowder will make it back to Solanas after a couple of hours.
So we've been
And we
chatting
will
along the
be
way.
really far behind them.
Well, not that far, but you know.
Anyway, Chowda and I were chatting along the way about what we thought what was in the barrels, like, because neither one of us really know what wine is. So, we're just like, oh, we're gonna take this back to the dwarf, and maybe he knows what this is, and he can tell us if it's, we're just kind of chatting and.
Okay. But you guys will kind of go back into town. It is um starting to get into mid to late evening at this point. So are you guys gonna wait for them to come, or are you just gonna go somewhere?
Uh, probably now that we're in town, I'll probably wait for them to show up.
Yeah.
Anywhere specific, or
Well, I mean, they know where we stayed last or where we went and got food, so we could always
kind of
go get
in that bubble?
Yeah. Do we have an inn? We have a reservation, or we have rooms at an inn, right?
Well, you'd need to pay again, but
Oh, okay.
you only paid for the one night, but it's 2 bits at the inn.
At the inn, yeah. The inn.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go there and pay for night and just kind of hang around in the area and wait for them to come in.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that long. It's gonna be about a half an hour later that they kind of swim back in. Maybe a little bit less than half an hour, but about that kind of time frame. That they'll come in. Where are you guys gonna check for them?
Yeah, I'm going to the place where he stayed last night because I'm hungry from running.
I'm also gonna I'm also gonna assume that they headed back to the place where we are most familiar with,
Okay.
and also head to the inn.
Yeah, because my character's hungry.
Okay, so I mean, you guys will just be you guys are probably at this point going and getting food and shops or something, and just kind of waiting around, hoping they come back.
Yep.
And they'll, like I said, after about almost a half an hour, they'll swim back in, and almost kind of swimming back to the thing. You two will see Chowda and Darya just kind of hanging out, chilling, chatting, and eating some food.
So, in an effort to be a bit more social, as you guys know that I'm really focusing on that right now. Are you guys alright? Anything 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 of uh, anything of uh, of of stuff or thing that that you want to share with us, and if we find out anything about the stuff that we had found in the ship.
One sec, where are you putting the crowbar, by the way?
Oh, I was gonna give it to Chowda since he can't actually see in the dark.
Where are you putting it?
I don't know, let me see what I have.
In
Well, I have
a
the
backpack.
equivalent of a backpack.
Okay.
Well, he also has like 8 arms.
No,
No, I
no,
only
he has.
I only have 4. Well, I have 2 hands, 2 claws, and a lot of legs.
4 legs. Well, 8 legs.
I'm all legs.
If you put it in your bag, like even if you tie it up all the way, some light is going to be beaming out, and the bag it's going to be putting off enough light that your bag is going to glow.
Even if we put it in another cloth?
It depends on how much cloth you wrap around it, but it's giving off a lot of light.
And then my character comments on the light.
I mean, it probably stands out a little bit more as time goes on, as it gets a little bit darker and darker.
Yeah,
it
as it gets
doesn't actually
darker,
change,
my
but-
character
Well, you're
kind
not
of
there.
leans over and asks.
You're
him-
not there yet.
Oh yeah.
As it gets a little bit darker and darker, I mean, the glow obviously doesn't change, but it gets more pronounced.
I mean, there's only so much I could wrap it in.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. And then
Yeah, it's probably in my bag.
Oh, so we have we reached them yet?
yeah, I forgot all that. I needed to cover that, but
Oh, okay.
that's
Yeah. So
As we reach them, I comment on the glowing.
Yep.
That's you know you probably should do something about that.
I did. I put it in my bag.
I mean,
he's an anglerfish. That's how he's catching prey.
Yeah. You talked about it. Look at that. Boom. Brought you in.
I mean, we know it's something magical, but I'm not very. I know very little about magic, but I don't think it should be a problem until now, or until someone else sees it as a threat. So maybe we should keep it as it is. I don't think it's gonna.
We can get it. We can have it looked at tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My character's fine with that.
Yeah. So have you? But well, and so this is late in the at night, right?
Not night. It's just mid to late evening.
Like dusk.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's starting to get dark.
Are you guys willing to still find out more about the objects we found by asking some of the more notable
Oh yeah.
notable and noticeable people around town, or should we leave that for tomorrow?
Well, I
and have a
figured
long rest?
probably the dwarf might already have called it a day, so we can't talk to him probably about the whatever's in the casks.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna.
And
have
I
to
was
wait
actually going to ask him
until-
about the shield as well.
We're gonna have to wait until tomorrow morning to to get paid as well.
Oh god, that's all you care about, isn't it? In a muffled voice, but still loud, but still loud enough.
Is there still a festival going on, or
It wasn't a
anything like-
festival; it was just a show.
It was just a show. Okay.
It was a lot louder and bigger than a lot of the shows tend to be, but those tend to be fairly frequent. Not every night, but when they can fill it. And it's not always music. Sometimes it's plays and other stuff. At some point while you guys are chatting, a pair of Nephros guard are gonna kind of approach, and they're gonna come over and actually speak in. Did I give Nephros their own language?
Did not.
Okay. Then they're just gonna speak in Triton, which is common. CHOWDAH,
Yes,
you're back in town.
I am back in town. I just got back.
Crush wanted to speak with you guys, you and your group, in the morning if you guys got back to town. So I'm just delivering that message.
Thank you kindly.
Good night.
You too. Who's
No,
Crush?
they'll walk
Probably.
off.
I probably like.
You don't know.
Oh, okay. My character doesn't know, or I don't know.
Your character does. You don't. Your character doesn't know.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask the because we're at like a place eating. I'm gonna ask the owner if they know who Crush is.
The commander of the Nephros Guard.
Okay.
Good. So, at this point, you just I'm talking as an off character and talking to Rotu. At this point, I think we should probably assume that we are spending our money in to rest and eat in this.
Yep. Spend like
place.
I don't know. It depends on how much you want, but up to 5 tidbits or 5 bits to a tidbit, which is 5 copper or a silver, depending on the quality of food you want, and then 2 bits for the room for the night if you haven't. And then we can fast forward through unless you guys had something specific you wanted to do until morning.
No, however, as you know, I just need like 5 hours to
That's fine.
to sleep, and I'm gonna I'm probably gonna wake up a bit ahead of them, and I'm just gonna go and stand in front of the inn and seeing the other people.
Okay. So it'll be, we'll just do. It's morning. Oh shit! You know what I just now realized? This is why I don't do that. I meant to do this before.
Dick.
Yeah. Tell me if this is too loud. I just wanted as light background music. So if that's too loud, just let me know and I can adjust. It was hard to find kind of watery things, but I found a couple that I think are nice. Anyways, so it's gonna be morning. ALANDRY will already be up, probably have eaten the breakfast that's provided, which isn't a very filling breakfast, but it's
It's fine.
and then you guys will get up and grab some breakfast, and then you can decide what you want to do with the day.
I would assume talk to the contract because we did go fulfill our contract. Go talk to the door because we have this stuff that we.
Okay. So you're gonna go and talk.
And then go to the Crush.
Okay. So, unless you had anything specific, you can just go and collect on the bounty and explain what happened at the ship, in however much or little detail you want, and he'll pay you. Whoever is kind of in front to take the bag of pearls, he'll hand out to whoever. It's all of them just in one bag because he doesn't like dealing with individuals as much. And then you guys will go over to the absurd anvil.
How much gold do we get each? I forget.
It was a 1,000 pearl contract.
250.
250. Okay. Cool.
And you'll go over in the government section, which is over there anyways. You'll go over and you can hear the kind of clanging from a bit away anyways.
Okay.
You guys will go in, and I don't know if any of you guys have been inside. Even Chowdah probably hasn't been inside, but it's very weird for the first three of you. Gawain has been above water a little bit, so it's still weird walking like that because most of the time you surface, which has a little different feel to it. But the three of you stepping through that barrier is very weird. You guys weigh a lot more as you step through that barrier.
Okay, you might want to turn the music down a bit because I just
Which one?
this last sounds seem a bit
There you
you
go.
know?
Yeah, it goes because it's.
I can't even hear
So
it.
you might.
Well, I
it
don't think you have.
irritating a bit, but
Well, it's supposed to have like kind of chimey background. That one was specifically
No,
called
I know.
Mermaid.
alright.
I liked it.
Well, I'm just turning it down a bit. I don't want it to be annoying. I want it to be like light background noise. Okay. But anyways, you guys will go through the barrier into the air section, and all four of you will feel a lot heavier because it affects you differently, being on land.
We did experience a little bit in that bubble.
Oh, that's actually true. I forgot about that.
Sahuagin, or however it's supposed to be pronounced.
Yes, the wagon.
Well, even
But-
though I haven't been actually
Shinku
on
Hadouken.
land, I am.
Oh yeah, yeah.
fully,
That the same thing that created that barrier probably sunk that ship.
maybe.
Making weird logical jumps there, but
Mm.
yeah, I will.
So the four of you will walk in. You'll hear the clanking stop, and the dwarf will kind of come around, kind of wiping sweat. His hands are kind of dirty and sweaty, and a little bit of black on them. What can I do you for?
And my character just says, "Well, they found some wine, so they want to."
But we don't know what it is. 'Cause, well,
I know what it is.
Apparently,
Okay.
we found
I've already told them. I've already told you guys. That's right.
we went to a shipwreck that wasn't so much wrecked. Apparently, we found, and I'll pull out the shield.
Okay.
We found this, and we probably pull out the casks of wine. We found these. We didn't. There were 8 of them. DARYA opened one because we didn't know what was in them. And apparently, it's something called wine, which, having you from the surface, so you may appreciate it more than we would.
So enough. I
Water
assume.
does.
I'm sorry. Enough. I assume that we have kept both the shield and the crowbar, right? Even though you will.
Yeah, I both are on
Maybe-
on my sheet. I wrote it down.
Alright, thanks. Maybe ask him if he knows anything more about these items. Maybe since he's also from the surface.
That's pretty much why I'm showing him the shield. I mean, I'll pull out. That's a good point. I'll pull out the crowbar too.
Okay. Yeah, it's very bright. But like, okay, I'm a blacksmith. I don't know a lot about a lot of this. I do recognize Tyr.
I don't know who that is.
He's a god of justice and law.
Is he similar to Lathander?
Yeah, they travel in similar circles. Actually, no. Similar, yeah, they don't get along.
I'm familiar with Lathander. He is who I worship.
I think I'm not familiar with the humans.
Okay.
I worship Moradin. think Lathander killed his wife or girlfriend or mistress or something like that.
I'm not laughing in character. But that sounds terrible. Sounds terrible.
Yeah, he's not happy about it, I would assume. I don't know. It's like I said, maybe I'm wrong.
That's some handy knowledge.
And based on your
Can't not.
smithing expertise, is anything different about this shield that you can tell?
I can take it and appraise it.
It was in the ship, and I assume it's not like rusted or anything like.
No, it's a little rusted.
Oh, okay.
But
Can he make it useful since he is a smith?
It is. I mean, it's. You can only do so much with rust. You're gonna have to just bang it off. And if it's salvageable, it's salvageable. If not, just melt it down and reforge it.
Yeah, I would love.
The what?
That's actually not how that works.
Well, I reuse it. Reshape it, rather.
Is there any way to make it not rust?
Mending? I don't know, magic. Metal's not popular down here. I mean, I get plenty of work, but it doesn't last long, so it's kind of a niche market.
I only craft jewelry. I'm like an Etsy shop to like a guy, like I'm engineer. Like I saw my jewelry online.
Tyr and Lathander were close. He was opposed to.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
I probably knew. That's why I was laughing, because I was like, I don't think that's true, but maybe, I don't know. But I'm trying to be ignorant because my character would only know so much.
No, I as a person, I know exactly their history.
Oh. Sorry.
And it may or not be relevant later.
I didn't know, so I looked it up.
It's fair.
I get obsessive with lore.
Well,
I'm not playing the character.
Well, I know some of the lore,
Wrong game.
but in character, I don't even know what's the name. Valerian Latherian, which was the elf god that made all the elves, including at some point the sea elves, and then they sort of like spread and have their own gods.
The father of all elves.
Yeah, and he also had some
of all elves.
Yeah, and the god also had some issues.
Yeah.
However, since I'm a sea elf and have lived, and I mean I'm a young sea elf and have lived, I wouldn't even know that history.
I didn't see any sea elf specific deities. Maybe I missed them, but I was going.
Yeah. I saw one actually, but I'm not sure how to pronounce.
Well, there was 5 deities that I
like deep
Sashela or whatever. Yeah, there's actually a temple to them in the city.
Okay.
Because there's 5 there's 5 temples and there's 5 gods.
Yeah. And this god, or I think it is actually a goddess, a female god, a female.
I don't remember offhand, but
yeah.
Okay,
and
so
I would know that, but I'm still not into.
So it's a male deity.
Oh, sorry, yeah. And then I'm not really into faith, and
it's fine.
But I don't know this.
So were you asking anything else, or?
The wine, would he be at all interested in it?
Could we also show him?
Well, yeah, he said he didn't know anything about the crowbar, so.
Okay. Sorry.
That's kind of what he's like. That's magic. That's not my forte. So it's essentially what he said.
Yeah. What do you want for it? I don't know the price.
I don't know. We're ignorant about the wine, so.
Well, I mean, you should imagine that.
I still.
That's kind of why I figured you might appreciate it more.
As you probably know, I'm not very into to like being rich and stuff like that. So I would say we'd probably be best to actually keep those items.
I would rather
They-
just give the wine to the dwarf.
No, I mean, the wine you just give to him if he wants to. However, the shield and the crowbar, I think we should.
Well,
keep.
no, we're yeah, I'm keeping.
Yeah, we're holding on to those, but I would just like to give the wine to the dwarf because A, he would appreciate it, B, it's not worth anything to anybody else. Just give it to him.
He'll take it. I mean,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Not that big of a town compared to above
Right.
water, so.
Then
Which is
and
a
then-
weird commentary because this is the biggest underwater city, at least in this part of the world, and maybe all of Turil. So it's a very big city for underwater, but he like dismisses it like it's like a little podunk town compared to above
Yeah.
water.
I'm gonna have to go up. there.
After we give the wine to him, I ask him if he has a cup so I can drink some.
Well, I'd have to, fine. He'll kind of go in the back and dig around a bit and come back out with actually some like dusty old steins and pop down a couple, and he'll lift one up and just
What are those?
cork it and pour some and pour a couple. So if you guys wanted to have some while you're and sit
Yeah.
on and pour,
no, definitely
I'll take
not.
his. 'Cause
Yeah.
Apparently he's uncultured.
Definitely not.
I'm gonna take some and I'm gonna be like,
an elf refusing wine, that's a first.
That is the first. Now I'm gonna go drunken master instead of the direction I'm
no.
like alcoholism.
No. my character appreciates it.
You guys got a bit of the taste because she just popped it open. It was in the air. It's got a like a sweet but bitter.
it's red wine, so it's dry.
It's well,
Well, yeah, because it's in air now. Super dry.
but okay. You guys can try that.
It's
Maybe
very
whatever.
UB40. This is the UB40
Yeah.
brand.
Was there anything else you're chatting with about before?
I'm gonna ask him if he knows or if anyone else in town that knows more about magical stuff or more about the stuff that we have in our that we have also found on that ship wreckage.
Lana would know.
Alana.
Lana. Lana.
Alana.
Lana Del Rey.
No.
Okay. So maybe we can go.
She
to
runs
her.
Lana's Arcana.
Lana's Arcana. So maybe we could go there.
No, you
and...
don't.
Nope.
Well, before we leave, I ask him if he has any good daggers.
I got nothing. I'm so backlogged on work. I got work for years. I'm already commissioned out for years.
Well, I mean anything already forged.
No, like I said, I get work orders ahead of time before I can do anything, and I've got them out for years.
Okay.
So if you want to
So-
put in a request, I can probably get it done in about a year and 2.5 years, maybe.
Nah, I'm fine.
Take on
What I
apprentices
thought.
at all?
What?
Do you take
I'm-
on apprentices at all?
I haven't. Not against the notion.
We have other
Do
things.
you think
but
you'd turn red? Being that close to the forge all day?
I have no idea. That's an above thing. That probably.
I
something-
know. You can see him kind of smirking, but it just goes over your head.
Well, I'm white, so
and then Gwen starts bursting out laughing.
I don't know. You've never eaten lobster.
Actually, you probably
Yeah,
haven't. I mean, because any of your experience above ground hasn't been on land; it's been on a ship. I mean, you probably have eaten lobster, just not actually cooked.
Oh.
So I am going to say thank you, Sir Elf, for your time. please enjoy the wine as
Dwarf.
our thank you, and let's go, guys. We have somewhere else to be.
Sure.
We do. Okay. Oh yeah, we do. Of course.
We do.
Right. So and they don't seem a bit strange to me. A bit like talking a bit slower and being a bit.
Not really. I mean, they
well,
seem
like,
in better
no,
better.
no,
They seem in
that's
better
fine.
spirits.
I'm just joking.
They seem a little happier, more upbeat after drinking.
which is even more annoying to me. But anyway,
You guys,
Probably.
so
Honestly, the elf needs drink. That's his problem.
Right?
yeah.
We should have held him down and parted down his gullet.
Drink. Anyways,
no.
Yeah.
so you guys were heading over to.
That's a good idea. So yeah. So well, I'm still a bit.
Well, we could go talk to Lana, and
Yeah.
if she has to look at it because it's magic, so it might take some time to look at it. So we could let her look at it while we go talk to Crush.
That's
Okay.
That's a good idea.
You guys are gonna ask around, and it's actually gonna be where Crush, the door to go to Crush's kind of office area, or whatever, is right next to Lana's, anyways.
Serendipitous.
How fortuitous.
It's located at the end of a hall, set in the far back of these kind of caves between two bookstores. One is
Fuck is a book.
Lana's Arcana. The other one is Fantastic Stories. Both of them are bookstores.
Huh.
Mostly bookstores. Lana's covers more stuff, but
Okay.
Arcane.
Let's go to Arcanas. Yeah.
Okay. Lana's Arcana is an arcane, mostly bookstore. It has a lot of spells and components spells need, as general kind of arcane components and focuses. You'll walk in and it has a spiral kind of shape to it, and there is a young Triton young female Triton,
Okay.
and she looks like she has pearl earrings.
Those are less fancy
Good.
here. They're like gold earrings. That's not cool. I'll walk over to her.
Okay.
She'll wave and greet you, and as you go over, you'll notice the pearl. They're not actually pearls, but they're actually tiny little white dragon scales.
Oh.
How can I help you?
We found, and I'll pull out the crowbar. We found this, and it glows, and
Ooh, I still have that tablet too.
confused by it.
It's like an iron. Okay.
I don't know why it glows or how to make it glow less, or how to cover it. I tried covering it up with some cloth, and it did not do very much.
My character pulls out the metal cloth that he has in his backpack. Might try
What?
this.
Where did you find that? I don't recall. No.
Yeah, I've been keeping it.
Oh.
Okay. I can detect and identify, but I have to do it at cost, or at a cost.
Okay, how much would that cost?
I usually charge 20 for identifies, and if you buy those, I can obviously if I detect magic as part of the deal, and if they're not magic, I can return your pearls. But
Okay.
My character says he'll pay for it. How much is it?
20 per item.
20. So 3. Yep. And my character pays her.
Okay. And you hand her the metal iron looking thing. Okay.
Wait. Is Gwen paying for
Yes.
for every object?
No,
That's
just
what you-
as far as I know, just the iron thing that he found.
Yeah.
It was on the
Okay.
Sawagan.
Okay. I'm gonna pay for the shield. Uh, if you're really, I
Well,
guess.
I assume
No, you'll try and hand her the shield, and she's gonna be. It's very unlikely that this is
Alright.
magic. Magic doesn't tend to deteriorate like that. Although I can toss some mending on it if you'd like.
That's not a bad idea. I am so I don't actually I'm not actually that fond of shields, but as I said before uh, to to the party, I can probably it can probably come in handy if I have it. Are you gonna yeah, and I can pay for the mending. Um,
I just toss that in.
is it okay? No, and then I'm asking Chowder,
Chowda.
Chowder, if he's willing to let me have the shield.
Yeah, no,
and-
I can't. I literally can't use it. I was just.
I can
was
use
more-
it.
It was more the craftsmanship of it that it was kind of my curiosity. Because
I
it's
can
definitely-
actually-
as a craftsman, I would, and it's something I've never seen underwater. So
He was just
It was-
fascinated by it because it's
Yeah.
cool.
so
Yeah,
I
I can actually use the shield, but I would rather not.
You've never seen a shield like that. But you've seen conceptually shields and stuff. The
true.
Nephros guards don't use
right,
it.
not a
But
metal.
but
okay,
the-
this is a metal shield, not a. Okay,
yeah,
right.
But
okay.
the Triton have shields and
Okay, so
other
I haven't
races
seen
and
this
stuff have
this
shields.
like a metal shield.
Yeah, it's
so
the
that's-
metal that's kind of perplexing.
Okay,
Still
and
kind
I
of perplexing.
also-
But yeah, no, you can have it. I didn't want to keep it. I just wanted to examine
Thank you. So I hand to her and ask for.
She'll just kind
magic.
of wave her hands quickly and just kind of touch it, and almost instantly, it just kind of the rust kind of clears up in it. It still
How
has like
much
the
did that cost?
like the little light growth and maybe a barnacle or two on it, but otherwise the rust and stuff is gone and it's all patched up. No, it's fine. I can do that all day.
Can we
Were
get
you-
the symbol of tier taken off of it?
That would be my next.
That's on you. I don't do decorations. I can just repair it magically. Were you doing
Yeah,
the
is
okay.
is the shield any good? Is my next question.
the crowbar?
Yeah,
looking
no, I'll
thing.
pay for that.
Okay. Then you'll hand her that, and it's gonna take a couple of hours,
Okay,
and I might not be able to get to it today until after hours, depending on.
Yeah, so they hand her the crowbar, and I look at the shield. Is it any good?
It's a shield.
Yeah. And this I can tell you because I do know. Well, at some point I do know shields because
It's part of your warrior training, yeah.
or any
Or
or
fighter.
or anything or anything similar that is used as a shield underwater.
I think rangers get it shield as well. I don't think you're gonna use it, but I think you got the training for it.
Yeah, but anyway, and then I
Yeah,
then I
no, you can
tell-
add shield.
I
It just
tell-
has the symbol of tier on it, but until you like paint over it or whatever. But
Yeah. I can do that later. However, I tell I tell Gwen that since this is a non-magical shield, they tend to all perform at the same level. So
Well, I already
so-
have a shield, so
Yeah, so if you have a shield, they'll probably have the same effect as in being a defensive defensive
Good to
item.
know.
So, yeah, this I can tell you, and you know that I only speak the truth.
is there anything else I could do for you before you left, or before you?
So have you? So
Ooh, can she enchant items?
Can, but that's a lot more expensive.
How
Of-
expensive?
Time consuming.
Yeah, it's a lot more expensive and time consuming. It depends on what you want. And
Yeah, I want to enchant my dagger.
just a basic effectiveness.
Yeah, like
That is typically 400 pearls. That's going to take about a week to do, though.
I don't have 400. I have 355.
I have a pretty standard rate.
Yeah, I wish.
So, who's gonna pay for her
Really
to
close.
identify the?
Chowda paid for this.
Oh, right.
The crowbar, and Gawain paid for the.
Okay, and the mending is for free.
Yeah, she just tossed that in. It's a cantrip. It's very easy to.
Yeah, still.
I mean,
but
if you
still,
weren't
she
already
might
buying stuff, she might have charged you a couple bits, but
Yeah,
you're already
but I
giving
know.
her 40
But I
pearls.
mean,
She's happy to
she
just
might have
toss it in.
noticed. Yeah, she might have noticed that we all don't know nothing about magic, so she might try to take advantage of it. But I'm just asking because of it. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm gonna keep the shield and I'm gonna make a note on my sheet.
Yep. Just make sure you keep track of your AC based on when you're using it.
Yeah. I'm not.
You
I'm
can
not
use a
using
Triton
for-
one-handed, so it's very easy. But if you use a Triton
Yeah.
two-handed, you can't use the shield. It's the only real
Yeah.
difference.
I'm not using for now.
So
I'm just kidding.
okay, you guys will kind of just back out into the hall, and the door is a very large, kind of 10-foot wide doorway with an ornate, although kind of worn down carving along the edge of the doorway. Past it is a flat floored hallway, arching down to the left, and the wall is littered with these little bore holes, some of which have faint light coming through.
Okay,
I'll look through the hole.
It goes until you kind of lose. It doesn't look like there's anything on the other side of it, but you don't identify any like light source. It goes until you can't make out anything. And honestly, you're not looking in like at this. Like you just poke your eye in.
Two at once. One over here.
So you guys gonna go down?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
It spirals down for quite a few times, maybe making. Okay, it spirals down quite a few times, maybe about half a dozen full loops until it just opens into a very large cavern. And the path continues down the kind of. You're gonna see it kind of, like it falls. It's like carved out by the sides of the path, but the little 10-foot pathway. Continues down about 60 feet. To the left side of the cavern from where you're standing, the left side, you're going to see similar looking boreholes kind of littering the wall with faint light coming through those as well. Okay, as you walk closer, you're just going to hear a very kind of deep, slow voice. Come closer. I dare not move with this many frail creatures.
Wait, where are we again?
You went to where Crush is.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Definitely
follow
failed
them.
their perception
I'm
check.
gonna follow them in the back.
Yeah, I'm not going. I'm going to wait outside.
Okay.
I'll walk up.
You continue walking, and in front of you, kind of standing a little bit back, is nearly 60-foot tall, deep purple Nephros.
I'll bow. Pay respect to the godly old Nephros.
I hear you fought I can't.
Sahujin.
I know, I can't ever pronounce that damn name right. He pronounced it perfectly fine. I hear you fought Sawagan, nasty little creatures.
How did you find out that?
I'm the one who controls the army, the guard.
Oh, I see.
They're the ones they're the one that hired us to do the stuff.
No.
Eh,
Well, you're not actually there. You went backed up and were waiting outside a bit.
Yeah, I'm waiting outside.
But yeah, no, he didn't hire you directly. He controls the Nephros guard, so he just kind of knows what's going on, especially when it's monsters and stuff where it gets to him.
Yes, there were also two zombie sharks.
that's us.
Sharks.
I got their teeth.
If you're interested to continue serving king and country, there seems to be a number of Sawagan harassing a very small merfolk farming village about a week out.
Hmm.
I'd have you go out there and perhaps take a look.
I would be happy to do that. I assume.
They've been harassing them for a couple of months now.
I'm gonna go with CHOWDAH. But I'm looking up at this Nephros and I'm looking at CHOWDAH and I'm looking up and I'm are you gonna get that big?
In like 300 years.
700.
Something I don't know. I didn't. I'm just winging the math.
Well, no, he's gonna correct you.
I mean, I probably would know. I'm not stupid, so I probably would know how old or roughly. But I personally wasn't doing the math. I was just winging the math.
And I'm just
I would be willing to help further.
My
You
punches
guys
will be
are.
so much more effective when I'm that big.
So anything else? Anything else you might want to tell us about it, about the situation?
Reports are they seem to be holed up in a cave system, which I hear is unusual for that area.
that there's a cave system, or that the Sahuagin are holed up there.
That there's a cave system.
Hmm. Yeah,
Because that is on the steppes. There's not usually caves in the steppes.
Hmm. Anyone else said anything about anything?
Do
I
you?
mean, I assume that that nothing or any creature or any big sea animals had had come out of these tunnels of this.
Just Sahuagin, as far as I know. It's all that I've gotten in the reports.
All right.
Do you guys know the area?
I might have passed through it on some on some occasion.
He's actually
I asked the DM if that's true or not.
probably. I mean, you said you've traveled a bit, but no one else seems to know, so he's just gonna kind of go into it. He's actually going to move his claw as he kind of like slowly kind of moves his claw and points, and that's going to actually force a strength saving throw on the 3 people who were in here.
See,
Wow.
there's a reason I waited outside.
Do I get advantage on that one?
Yeah, no, not advanced. Is your athletics thing would take into effect.
So am I rolling
Yes.
athletics or am I rolling strength?
If you have athletics, you can roll athletics if you're proficient in it. Your DC is only 12. It's not that big of
I'm gonna roll what? A strength check.
strength or athletics if you have it. If you want.
Athletics, because I have proficient. I mean.
Okay.
Oh no.
The two of
I had a 1 anyway.
Chowda and Darya are gonna resist. There's just gonna be like he almost accidentally, like he just moves it, and there's so much mass moving. it just pushes water back, and it just catches you off guard, and you just kind of go whooshing back like about 10 feet as he kind of slowly moves his arm. You're gonna see the water kind of go back and kind of go out the little boreholes a bit, like the holes take a lot of the brunt of the water.
Might be a bit more careful about that. You know,
I apologize.
apologies accepted. Have I had any damage because of it?
No, it's not actual physical damage. It's a lot of water force that pushes you back.
Okay.
And he's gonna actually really slowly put down his claw and set it down, and you're gonna see one of his little, kind of little, utility claws, same one that Chowder has and uses stuff, which is probably still bigger than any of you guys. And he's gonna use that to kind of point instead, and that just doesn't have. It's still big, but doesn't have this big mass to push water around. Back to my notes. There's brown laminaria forest, a few miles east of the city, which Landry will be familiar with. It's about 100 miles across, and a bit past that, almost out of, as from what I understand, is almost as soon as you're out of that forest, you'll come across their seagrass fields. I'm trying to talk slow because he talks slow because he's big. And
Yeah, I'm might familiar with that region. Perhaps not.
not intimately, but you know of it.
No. I'm saying in character. Since you
Okay.
said that, I could be familiar. So I say I might be familiar with that region, not intimately, not particularly in those fields, but at least up until the area I can lead us there, if you guys are willing to accept this uh, 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 this uh, this proposition, may I call that in that way, proposition? Are you proposing us to investigate this?
Yes.
Right.
We could pay for any supplies you might need, and you'll be reimbursed depending on how big of a concern it is.
At this point, I don't
met
feel...
with Blick, and he's capable of contract whatever it is they do. But
So go talk
they'll
to him.
they'll yeah, and probably after, but they'll pay.
Okay.
Well,
Depend on how much of a concern it is.
you probably help some people along the way, so the actual values at this point is, at least to me, is not highest in my concern. And we probably at this point don't need any supplies. I mean, how far it is? Like a week from here? So
Yeah, give or take. The forest is 100 miles across, give or take. So it's close to 4 or 5 days travel just through the forest.
right. Perhaps well, I can only speak to myself, but
Actually, I'm wrong. It's that's technically it's still Tyrell, so that's half a week.
yeah, maybe some rations, so that
Well,
we don't have to
think
rely
of what you'll need, and you can talk to the.
Blick.
No, not Blake. He doesn't deal with that. Talk to one of the lieutenants. Talk to Lieutenant Crown. He'll take care of you.
Okay.
Right. All right. Okay, people, say something. I'm not gonna lead. I'm not a leader.
I'm writing down notes.
All right. Well, I just have a quick comment. You this city folks, non sea elves. I noticed that you guys have all these contracts and so on. I was not familiar with that actually. Uh, our words were enough back then. But anyway, it's just an outside comment.
It's the government. They have to have everything written down.
Oh, is that so?
It makes keeping track of things easier.
Hmm. Well, I suppose so. All right. So if you guys want to, I am as I feel like I am as ready to go as soon as you guys want to.
We'll have to wait till
make this
tomorrow
forever?
because of because Lana is
Yeah, I want that crowbar.
is.
I want to know what it is. I want to know
How
more
long?
about it.
How long? How long? She said that she's gonna take.
She won't be able to do it today. So
Well,
Yeah.
she
Well,
probably
during-
won't be able to get to it today. But she'll definitely get to it after business hours, and then she'll have it in the morning. She might get to it today. You could check, but she didn't think she would because she has to deal with the store and stuff.
What time is it now anyway?
It's still mid-morning.
Good morning.
And remember, I gave CHOWDAH the metal sheet so he can cover it up when he gets it back.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to the person that he said that we were meant to talk to.
Okay, so you're gonna leave the. You guys are gonna leave the cavern.
yes,
Yeah.
I'll bow before leaving.
Okay. Like he
I
can't
don't.
even salute or anything without knocking you guys back.
Yep.
So
I'm
he'll-
gonna like
You'll see like this weird like half-hearted like kind of so not half-hearted but like really
But probably
awkward-
like one of the two hands is like.
yeah.
it was nice meeting you.
Safe travels.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to.
And remember, my character's waiting outside.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna go back up and you're gonna see Gawain just kind of sitting out all the way back
Gawain?
up top, kind of sitting about.
Gawain, my sometimes foolish friend. Well, okay, that sounded harsher than I wanted. I apologize. Gawain. We might have another thing to investigate, and we will be paid for it. We're not sure how much yet, but we'll definitely get paid for it, and we can probably have access to some supplies. And this is gonna be, however, a bit far away.
Okay, did you guys need me for? I'm gonna go AFK for a second, refill my water, and you guys can chat with each other.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is gonna be a bit far away. So it's about 100 miles, and we'll probably face some stuff there, and we'll not be back to the city in I don't know, in a week or 2 or 3, depending on how many troubles we find there or along the way, of course. If you're still willing to go with us.
And my character kind of like, yes, adventure, and any kind of adventure, I am in.
Good. That's good to hear. Yeah. It's probably not gonna be. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be an adventure, definitely. yeah, and okay. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
So,
Oh,
no running off.
What happened?
But
well, this is this is his nature, but we will try to. Oh wait, I have a net here. I can try to. I can try to. Huh?
I have a harpoon gun that I can attach a rope to and shoot you through the middle of your leg and pull you back.
Come on, let's not. Well, here I am. Here I am.
It won't
Sure.
kill him.
Here I am thinking that. Here I am thinking that I would be the. I would be the the member of this policy party. So I think we're forming a party here. So I actually thought that I would be the one who is a bit more impatient with some instinct and natures of your own. But yeah, we will deal with
My personal issue
Gwen.
is
We will deal with Gwen foolish acts as they come. I believe so. Yeah.
my personal issue is that somebody's selfish greed literally got my entire monastery destroyed. I do not like greedy or selfish people. We are a group. We are a team.
That's fair enough.
So if you need to be part of the team. If you want to, you can steal from the bad guys, but share it with the rest of us.
More loot in the long run.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine
we'll get more money as a group than we will alone. So it's better for us to work as a team.
Yeah, I imagine that message was to Gawain and not to me.
No, it was just to everybody. You know,
Well,
we're not generalizing. It's to everybody.
It is a little towards Gawain because he has been kind of running off and just kind of pocketing shit. But it is kind of a general. That's kind of we're a team. I want us to be a team. No running off because that's how people get killed.
And if you have items that are beneficial to one member of the party, but you don't really need them, then pass them along.
And I don't use much, so it's not even like I'm gonna be super fucking selfish.
Okay.
I punch things.
So you guys are gonna ask around for Lieutenant Crown.
Yep.
Yes.
You'll just ask one of the Triton Guard in kind of the underground area, the government section. There are still the Necros. Someone has a lot of static.
I have my fan on. Hold on, let me see if it's me.
Yeah, it does sound like a fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
It's been on the whole time, but it's like 800 degrees in here.
No, I know. I don't know. Maybe it was pointed weird right at your mic or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It just picked
it's
up.
Fine now.
Yeah, it's fine now. It had picked up. Anyways, the Triton Guard the kind of Royal Guard tend to do the government section in here, majority, and then the Nephros kind of do outside. But they do intermix. But you'll ask one of the Triton Guard, and they'll lead you to a section kind of right near the entrance. There's a big kind of entryway that kind of, there's a lot more of the storefronts and stuff are kind of there. And he's just kind of chilling off in the back where you kind of see the majority of the court, or not the court, but essentially kind of a court.
Okay, we head along. We move along, and we try to find this lieutenant in something that I don't know his name already.
Crown.
Lieutenant Crown.
Lieutenant Crown, yeah. So he asks for more on these Nephros, who is or who is or where can I, or if they can
That's
pinpoint.
just what I said.
Yeah.
Is you guys were asking the guard, and he'll bring
Like,
you to
right
the
there.
kind of entryway area where there's a lot more shops and stuff, and the Nephros is just kind of sitting there, kind of in the back,
Okay.
overlooking kind of the
He-
courtyard,
he's
and he's just
one-
gonna kind of point
I'm sorry.
him out.
I'll walk over to him.
Okay, yeah, we will do. So if you guys want to talk to him first, because I'm not very good with person.
He'll
Who are we talking to?
he'll look down at you, be like, "Greetings.
Greetings, Lieutenant Crown.
What can I do for you?
Crush sent us.
You guys
Wait,
are going to sort out the mermaid Hawagan issue."
I just not.
I think the primary. He said that we could talk about getting gear or
Supplies.
Or
supplies.
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 Yes.
That's the word I was. My brain was going through trying to remember the.
No, it's okay.
Supplies.
I mean, yeah. Well,
I assume probably it's how long you said it was like 5 days to go get there. Or,
yeah, it's gonna
And
be
since
about
our
a week.
wizard left, I would like either. Let's see. I sold my scimitar because I thought we had a wizard. I wanted a scimitar again.
I don't understand how there's correlation.
You can
No
go
sense.
buy one. We're not. You guys should have weapons. I'm talking like food and
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
I was-
specific supplies that you'd need for the
before,
trip.
I was talking about before we go out. I was thinking randomly.
Probably what two 10 days worth of food.
Each.
Yeah,
or-
I was mostly thinking about rations because it's gonna be easier to carry, and however, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take to actually for us to solve the problem, if at all. So
That's why I
probably
figured it's 5
for
days
2
there,
weeks.
5 days back. So and
Yeah,
then another 10 days while we're there.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
sure they probably have food there that we can, but then
Yeah,
then we have kind of a buffer zone.
yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, and that's for each because
Yeah,
we
that's
have
for each
to
person.
we have to have a strain.
That and I mean, she's not necessarily gonna have to come out and say it, but Darya, at least Darya knows she's pretty comfortable going and just foraging food, and like she knows what to eat, what not to eat, and you know how to catch small fish and stuff while you're in camp, stuff like that. So
Well, I actually no. Well, I mean, in enough. I also have survival, and in principle, I'm an outlander, and
yes, no, I'm just specifically because part of her
Just-
abilities
just-
is because of
just so-
rangers, because of that.
yeah, but still, it's nice to go, and not have to worry about that much.
Right.
if
Well,
possible.
Chowda already said we need 2 10-day rations per person, so it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I'm not sure.
When are you leaving?
We can
The
probably tomorrow, possibly the day after, I would assume, because we're
Where-
waiting on something to be identified.
Where are you staying?
The
The
blah, blah,
N
blah,
N.
whatever one we're saying.
and
I can have
it-
I can
it
have
says
the
for
I can have
us.
the rations delivered there by the end of today. You're not leaving.
That would be swell. Well, I sounded really old-fashioned now, but anyway.
Need a monocle, bro. Need a top hat. That sounds fantastic. Now I think.
Okay.
my
I don't
lobster needs a
suppose.
top hat now.
I don't suppose you. I'm still talking with the with.
I'm gonna be back in like 5 minutes.
All right. I'm still talking with
Lieutenant Crown.
yeah. I don't suppose you have anything that can that if I get hurt, I can drink or a lotion where I can recover my
Like a
my
grungberry?
possible. Yeah,
We can probably provide a couple of those.
cool. Thank you very much. And you can also send them to our inn.
Sure.
Or I mean, not to our, but to inn and in our name. Thank you very much. So those, I suppose, are like those. I haven't actually bought those. So those are our standard.
They
healing
function
potion,
exactly like healing potions.
right? Okay.
They're just thematically they're something else, but they function exactly the same.
Okay.
potions.
So I have two. I have two of them. Okay.
We also get a little bit more rope just so we can hold stuff down onto my cart.
But we don't need to pay for the rations because they're going to provide them for us.
Correct.
Yeah, we can get. We can.
I mean, I
toss in some-
suppose I'm not paying for anything that I'm asking for him, and since I'm not gonna need anything else, so
After you guys talk, after you mentioned showing you guys to getting the rations delivered, he is a little bit more dismissive. I mean, he's still acknowledging you're there and responding and stuff, but he's like you're gonna see his eyes kind of dart around a little bit more, and he's a little dismissive, but he's still kind of talking with you. But
all right.
yeah, we can throw in rope. It's just kinda looking
Okay,
around.
so we leave, I think, and anything else that we can do during the rest of the day until we wait to see if Lana has finished his her
I'm gonna go.
identification of the.
I'm gonna go offer some, probably just help clean up the at the dwarf's forge.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to. I'm not sure how actually, but I'm gonna try to remove the symbol of tear from my shield.
Okay, you can go get some sort of hard tactile thing, just like a rock, and grind it off. I mean, painting's going to be harder anyways, but you can find a way to get it off pretty.
Okay, just I'll do that then.
Okay,
In the
you
meantime.
you can spend a couple hours, maybe the day if you want to be a little bit finer about it to not scratch up the metal too much. You're going to scratch up the metal. It's just whether you do it a lot and actually like cut into it a bit or not. What is Darya doing?
Well, so are we just all going to go our separate ways until a agreed upon time, or just till in the morning or whatever? Is that what's going on?
Well, if I don't
We had time to kill, so
Okay. So Darya is just going to go looking for any extra supplies, weapons, bolts, or anything she needs, and then looking for some food and entertainment for the evening, just to rest up a bit before we go on a long adventure.
Okay. There you know of two kind of weapon and armor places. One is in this kind of government section. It tends to be more high-end stuff, and that high-end tends to be magic a lot of the time.
Yay.
And then there's
Sounds good to me.
that one's run by a Triton, and then there's a kind of a low-end one in town. The one here in the government section is called For a Fee, F-E.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one in town is called Cuts and Guts. It's run by another Koito.
Okay. Let's go see. Well, can I wear magic armor at this point?
I don't know if I don't know how many pearls you have left, but magic's the +1 stuff tends to start at about 400 plus the cost of your armor.
All I have is 400. So
Yeah, I have 355.
I have 488 pearls.
So probably not armor. Well, maybe depending on what kind of armor you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It would depend on whether you can get armor for 88, because some of it starts to get. Rangers have access to at least medium. I think heavy. I think they go all the way to heavy.
Okay. Well, I'll just go get regular armor then.
Do you not have any armor at all?
I have leather. Well, I have whatever the equivalent of leather is.
Yeah, you have light armor and medium armor and shields,
Yeah.
but you don't have heavy armor, which tends to be a little bit more expensive unless you want breastplate. But
Yes, but even then, she could buy something more. I mean, if she only has
No, yeah, no. I'm just saying she's not.
a simple letter, she could buy something like a studded leather or something like that, which is
Yeah,
a bit.
what kind of armor did you want to upgrade to?
Whatever the second, like the next one up, about
Were you
what I
were you staying in light, or did you want to go into medium armor?
am. Let's do medium.
I want the strongest light armor.
That's studded leather.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Well,
Okay.
because if I can move similarly with medium, then the weight is not going to be as much of an issue.
It's just weird. No, it doesn't affect that. Scale mail and half plate, which you can't afford half plate anyways, tend to be heavier and louder, so they cause disadvantage. But
Okay.
medium starts to have dex max, and I don't know what your dex is.
My dex is 17.
So you have a +3.
Yeah.
You can afford as much as a breastplate if you really wanted to, but it maxes out at +2.
Oh, that's okay. Well, then.
But
just
that's
give-
the only medium armor. That's the best kind of tier for medium armor for your kind of character, because that's the one that doesn't give you disadvantage on stealth of that kind of caliber.
Doesn't.
Because like studded leather is 12 plus dex, which for you would be a 15. And then you look at chain shirt, which is 13 plus dex, max of 2, which is 15. So they're equivalent to each other. Whereas a breastplate is 14 plus 2, which would give you a 16. And no disadvantage.
Okay. then I'll take
But that's the 4 full 100. It depends on if you want to max out your medium armor, if you just want to go with something a little bit cheaper.
Well, you know what? Let's go with something a little cheaper. So whatever the equivalent of the shiny, it's like studded armor. That's the highest leather one, right?
Yeah, the studded leather. I think that's your best bet right now.
Okay.
It's the studded
That's
leather.
what I'm going with.
Yeah. Or the shiny studded leather, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's like I'm just seeing this table here, and that one is like 12 plus your dex modifier.
Yeah, but no max. So.
But no max, yeah. Any modifier. And since
So
you actually
the studded leather is 45 pearls, so you can, if you guys just go, honestly, probably to the one in town, because it probably tend to be a little bit cheaper too. Go to the one with the Owatoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there and get some armor, and yeah, because my armor is probably a little beat up at the moment. So I need to do.
So it's a 45. You guys can just minus the cost of the pearls and then add that in, and it's in the game, so you can just drag. What were you saying, Landry? Were you gonna look at armor or weapons at all, or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them and see if they have something similar to a splint heavy armor. And that said, it is like something similar.
Can we get +1 or +2 studded leather, or do we have enough pearls?
You can't. That's a +1 would be 445.
So no.
Yeah.
So studded leather, and how much is that?
45.
45.
Oh, in principle, in theory, it's 45, but the DM is always is always at the liberty to.
They'll have splint mail. Splint mail is actually really easy because it's literally like, I mean, I know it's not scale, but it's very similar to scale mail, kind of a upgraded scale mail. It's kind of a similar style as far as I understand.
Yeah, but I don't have. Are you actually speaking to me or
yeah,
to?
You said you wanted you wanted splint mail or the equivalent.
Yeah, no.
Cool.
However,
my armor class went up by 1.
Yeah, however, I have only +1 in dex modifier. So that means that my best bet is actually have a higher tier of heavy armor, you know.
Yep.
So that's gonna be so I'm wearing a chainmail right now, which is a fixed 16 AC. So I know that it's
Let's see.
I know that I mean if I had more if I had like more dex modifier, it would be easier to actually have a skill mail.
It's better to have a low
However,
dex if you want to go in a heavy. If you want-
however, I do want to have a splint because it is like 17 AC, and I have a strength for it, and I probably should have let you know that I have disadvantage or still on my previous rows on stealth. I'm sorry about that. And then I'm gonna buy a something similar to what they have to a splint
Yep.
to complete heavy armor. Assuming they have, and assuming it is like 200
Yep.
pearls.
200 pearls.
All right.
Cool. And I want a really strong finesse type dexterity bonus weapon.
They have rapiers.
Yeah, I want one of
Are you
those.
proficient in rapiers? I don't know if you're proficient in rapiers.
Am I?
I don't know, because I specifically gave you scimitar because you wanted a
Scimitar.
scimitar and kind of your background. I went with it.
Oh yeah.
But
Scimitar,
clerics
then.
don't get martial as a default. So I
Scimitar then.
don't. Let me double check real quick.
Yes.
Yeah,
so let me-
simple weapons. So if you wanted a dex weapon, your best bet is the scimitar that I gave you the proficiency with.
Cool.
So you can just however much those are. I flipped over to the cleric. 25, I think.
So, okay.
Yeah, 25. So spend the 25, and again, you can add it.
Cool.
In
So
fact,
So I'm going.
Noah would be more than happy to sell you back your own scimitar.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, he'll sell it to you for 25.
Hmm.
Okay. Were you guys doing anything else, or just getting the weapons and armor and calling it a day?
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna.
about it. I'm heading back to the inn and staying there
Okay.
and
You were
I
getting
relax.
harpoon ammo.
No, I don't actually need it. I have 49.
Okay.
I think that's, I have, yeah, and if I run out, I have 2 short swords. So
I'm going to get this scimitar to +2 sometime, but that's going to be way in the future.
Okay. What else were you doing, Daria?
I'm gonna go look for some entertainment. Maybe catch a show or something. Just kind of chill.
Well, it's still kind of early in the day. There's the zoo you can go to.
Zoo.
Yeah, there's a zoo.
Oh, I don't know how much Daria would like a zoo. Animals all caged up.
I know. I mean, part of their highlight is they have
Prison break.
they have an air tank with
Yeah,
a set of
also-
above water cats,
Oh, okay, yeah.
which
Daria
is kind of
would
their highlight. But I mean, otherwise, it's basically a zoo. I mean, the animals are it's a small zoo, but it's well maintained. I mean, the animals are treated all right.
Okay, well then Daria will visit the zoo and see if she can provide comfort for any of the animals.
Okay. I mean, it's be 1 pearl to get in admission, and then you'll go through it. It's a zoo. I mean, it's a small zoo. It's nice. It's a couple of different exotic animals from around the different oceans and stuff you haven't seen. And then they, like I said, kind of the back section. They have this big kind of highlighted section where there's this big air tank, and there's like 3 or 4 cats jumping around. Whereas as a character, it's really weird to you.
Yeah, like just domesticated house cats or like
Yeah.
lions or
No,
okay.
just house cats.
Oh, so I'm just like, wow, what
Kitty
is
likes
that?
fishy.
And I'm I can't really talk to it, but I can like.
No, I mean you can sit there and like, kind of gently like pat on the glass, and the cat will come over and like try and bat at the glass while you're.
Oh,
You can
okay.
play with it a bit.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Yeah, just.
Just sigh, don't tap the glass.
But
That's funny.
no, it's actually a lot more
the other
clear
side,
than most glass tends to be, because it's the glass is weird. Like it's not, obviously it's probably not even made underwater, but it's not like modern glass that you can see through. It's a lot thicker and a lot harder to see through. But this, especially the one around the kind of cat section, is a lot
I have
clearer.
a question. Can I throw my dagger next time we're in a fight?
Yeah, it has a range
Yay.
of 20, 60 or whatever. So within 20 feet you can throw it, and within 60 you can throw it. You just have a disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that next fight, and I'll retrieve it afterward.
Okay. So okay. You'll go to the zoo, and anyone else, unless you want something specific, I can just speed through the day. So you guys will go back to your inn. You guys will have to pay for another night, but the supplies will be kind of just sitting there waiting for you. Let me do this. There'll be 50 feet of. It's not actually a hemp rope. It's actually like a seagrass rope. They'll have the 20 days rations for each of you, and 3 little red sprung berries in a bag that you requested.
Cheers.
So however you guys want to divvy those up too.
I'm gonna spend my time in the inn, and yeah,
Okay, so you,
maybe
like I said,
maybe find some area outside where I can do a bit of martial practice or something like that. But anything I do is gonna be like a light exercise or something.
yeah,
And
no, I mean, especially with the new armor and stuff, and maybe practicing with the shield and using the trident one hand and stuff like that. I get it. Okay, so it'll kind of fast forward through the night, and it'll be early in the morning, and you guys will be waking up again to the elf, who wakes up a lot earlier.
Are you ready?
And then my character, who is a bit hungover, is like,
No, you didn't drink that much. And
mine did.
And we're very well hydrated.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work for fish to drink, because you literally breathe water essentially, almost. Like if you stayed in the bubble, it would probably affect you more. When you leave, I'm not that worried about it anyways. But no, you don't have a hangover.
Okay.
Did you actually want to go early before they woke up to get the items, or were you just going to wait for them to wake up?
I'm gonna go ahead and have my part of the items, and I'll leave the rest.
No, I'm saying at Lana's Arcana.
Oh.
Because you could go grab them.
I
Or are you gonna wait for them to wake up and?
I could, but since I haven't actually paid for anything.
Okay.
That is there, I'll probably wait for for the rest of them to go.
Okay, so like I said, you guys wake up and the elf is waiting. What are you guys doing?
Eating breakfast.
Okay.
I'm not gonna eat breakfast. I'm gonna go to Lana's Arcana.
Okay.
As long as Alandry's going.
No, he's saying he wasn't. Because he was
No.
up earlier, so I was gonna say if he's going.
Yeah,
to pick him up, but
I'm not going because I don't.
Well, then I'll
have
stay.
I need to see anything.
Okay.
anything
so
else.
you guys all wake up and eat breakfast, and then pack up your supplies that they gave you.
All in the cart.
in your bags, or you're just gonna put all of it in the cart, or
Yeah.
just yours?
Well, if people want to put theirs on the cart, it's what it's
Mm.
there for.
Okay, I'm gonna put my rations on the car, even though I'm kind of strong and my total weight is fine for now. But I'm gonna put my rations there.
Yeah, but he
Mm.
has 8 legs. It's kind of like the horse thing. Like it just
Mm.
they get
A
advantage.
lobster.
But anything else, I'm keeping for myself.
Well,
Okay.
I'm a ranger, so while I trust Chowda implicitly, I am going to keep all my stuff with me because that's just what I'm used to doing.
Mm.
You guys are gonna head over to Lana's Arcana.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them.
Okay.
If they're going on.
You guys are going to go in there, and she's gonna have the 2 items kind of under the counter. She's gonna, as soon as you guys kind of walk in, she's gonna pull them out. You could already see one of them glowing. Should wait for you guys to come over. You guys will come over. You can see like she's got kind of a like a mix of like excited and worried kind of mood to her. She's gonna have the crowbar. She's going to hand it back to Chowda, who paid. This essentially is the Light of Tyr. It is really old, and
Wait, I thought I paid for the crowbar.
no, you paid for.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You paid
Yeah.
for the iron.
Either way.
You paid for the iron. He paid for the crowbar because he had the crowbar. Anyways, it basically just radiates light. There's more to it, but it was more powerful than I identify. But I don't think it has any effects. I think it didn't give me all of the details. I think it's just a really old, potentially divine touched item by Tyr. But there's no other magic. There's history and stuff to it, but there's no other actual physical magic other than the light.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's not gonna be it's not it is not going to be something that can be danger for us to have around.
Nothing I found, and what I know of Tyr, he's a good aligned god, so
So you
it's
say?
unlikely anyways.
So unless we meet him, it's not gonna be a problem. And even if we do, it's probably not gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you unless you killed some of his servants or something, which if you did, I don't want to know.
I probably not. It's not. Yeah,
And then she's gonna pick up the other thing. It's basically just kind of a hunk of steel. It's almost like a huge ring, but I described it kind of like a circular iron. That's the kind of shape. You can see her mood drop just a little bit as she kind of lifts it up and places it on the counter in front of Gawain. That is an artifact. It's called Valshrun's Bell.
Ah.
There is more to it that I couldn't identify, similar to the thing, but I think this one actually has more to it. I think it's grown inert after a long period of dormancy. So I think there is a way to, I couldn't identify how, but I think there's a way to basically unlock and make it stronger than it is somehow.
I am definitely
know
going to keep that in the cart.
What it does is it makes your necromancy spells more potent. And it eats souls.
Ooh,
That's
that's right up my alley.
That does not go in my cart.
Well,
that-
why not?
that can
Why
be
not? I thought we
dangerous.
were a team.
I think how it
That can be
I think how it grows, how you can get it back to its full power is by killing stuff and having it kind of devour parts of their souls.
Yes.
It
yes,
is,
I love it.
It is
I
potentially
love
a
it.
very powerful item, but it's also a very dangerous item.
I love it. I
Sounds
love
evil.
it.
Oh my god. This is
Um,
not gonna end well.
What was
Yes,
it?
it, yes, it is. It's going to end very well for me.
Functionally,
Yeah.
on
for
any
you,
and
maybe.
any necromancy spells, you're considered to have 2 proficiency higher.
Ah,
So
I like it.
mechanical wise, that's how that works.
I like it.
That's what it does.
I would like to do some insight on her behavior, on her feelings about
Okay, go ahead.
about like why is she like both excited and cautious. I mean I could probably guess
You can roll.
by now, but I'm gonna roll.
Do you think just magic items, especially powerful magic items?
I'm
Other
gonna
than
roll
that,
insight
you
too.
can't really. Okay.
Yay!
She likes magic items, but you think the item that she just handed you concerns her a lot.
Ah, ah.
Yeah, I could probably guess that anyway. I mean, off character, because in character, I don't know anything about magic. So, right.
I mean,
so,
with a 22, you that's like there's the other item was kind of neat. This item probably almost scares her.
And therefore, my character loves it.
okay. You if you love that item so much, you should keep it to yourself at all times,
Mm-hmm.
and not hand it
Unless
to
you're
us.
gonna let me put it in the cart, which he
No.
already said he's
No,
not going
no,
to.
no.
Something that eats souls is
Keep it.
evil. It goes nowhere.
If you want to, and if you think it is going to be useful for you, and that's probably not going to be useful for us, but anyways, if it's going to be useful for you, in principle or in theory, it's going to be useful for the team at some point. And however, you should be very careful about it, and not let it out of your sight, and keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, it's going in my pouch. Can I add it to my inventory?
Yeah, I mean it's yours.
What's it? What's the name of it?
Valshroon's Bell. I can give you the spelling.
BELSHAROON.
Yeah.
BEL.
SHAROON. I hate you, Keenan.
I know. I mentioned that last night.
I know you did. I hate you more. It's weird being morally against necromancy, though. It is weird to be on this side.
It would have been cooler if the wizard.
Well, a bit. Yeah, well, that's true. But a bit of an inter team drama.
Yeah, I can't.
It's
The item's not there.
It's not always
No, it
a
doesn't
bad
exist.
idea.
It's not an actual normal magic item.
No, it's one that I made up.
Ah. So-
Valshroon is considered dead, so that might be why it went into dormancy too.
Yeah, he died during the spell plague.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was killed by somebody. And his body disappeared. Somebody absconded with his body. So he may or may not technically be dead. It's hard to tell. He's the god of undeath and necromancy. He leads the wearers of purple.
So I don't know much about it other than the name.
He was the god that-
Honestly, even the
so-
name you probably don't even really recognize the name because he's been dead your entire life.
And he's a surface god.
That
I
too,
mean, she did tell you more or less what it does, or what
yeah,
it
no,
could do.
what I said is what I said what it is, and basically it kind of devours souls, and
Yeah.
it makes your necromancy spells more powerful.
It's basically it. If you do have any, actually. I don't.
I don't have any at this point. I plan on getting some in the future.
Okay. That's fair.
Well, you're a cleric. You can prep whatever. You just need to reset your spell list, essentially. So, okay.
Yeah.
You guys are going to leave there and gather up your
Yeah,
stuff and
I'm
head on out of
gonna-
town?
Yep.
I'm
Yes.
gonna tell them if they are all ready. I can be their guide for these next days, and if they are all ready, I can go ahead and lead the way.
Okay.
All right.
For context, I guess, the trench actually faces north to south. So looking from the castle to Poseidon's temple, which kind of are on two separate sides of the town on the other sides, kind of looking at each other, sort of, is actually east to west, west to east. So you guys are gonna kind of go back through town, probably get any of your stuff you happen to leave at the inn or whatever, if you didn't want to drag it all with you, and then head on out of town. It's a couple miles out, and I have different music
Yay, my music!
for open water, more airy stuff. Anyways, you guys will head out. You go out for a couple of miles, which take about an hour, and you'll come across where it's light at first, but it starts to come into mostly very large, 30 to 80 meter high brown algae with large pods on them. So that's what 90 to
Are you trying to convert to meters?
mainly AI is just laughing at me because he has to do this in reverse all the time. Well, what is it? 90 to like 200 and something ish
Multiply by
feet.
3. 240.
240, yeah. So, I mean, varied. Towards the beginning of it, it's a little bit shorter. It'll get taller as you go in. You could theoretically swim above it if you'd like. But at the range,
When you click that.
well, it doesn't actually do anything. It's not a weapon.
Yeah. I didn't mean to click it.
Well, that one's kind of loud. Let me mess with that.
Does
Oh, those are loud.
our it's a bit too loud, yeah.
I know. I messed with the first playlist. I didn't actually lower this one at all.
I didn't even hear it until just now.
They're supposed to be kind of background tone, kind of. Anyways, so are you guys
Okay,
gonna go?
so I have a sense that it's gonna be faster if we go along this area, not above it, right?
It'll probably be faster to go above it, but
But then we might miss something important.
yeah, I mean you'll be in open water a little bit more, but also
I can't swim.
oh, that's true. Yeah, actually, you guys can't
Yeah.
go above it. He can't swim above. He has to kind of go.
But our movement is gonna be to impair it or not?
Not really, no.
Okay. Then I suggest we go a bit closer to the bottom of the sea, and like doing like this on the.
Well, you have to anyways, because the Nephros can't swim. I mean, he can swim backwards, but he doesn't have like an active swim speed. Like I said, it's 90 to 240 feet high, or 30 to 80 meters. High brown algae, and there's just large.
Back.
What? Anyway,
AFK, I assume.
there's large pods, especially closer to the top, on them that are kind of help them float. as you're kind of traveling, there's a lot of like sea life in the forest. In this area specifically, there's a lot of sea urchins, and then sponges, and then the normal stuff like little crabs, shrimps, and fish. And Daria, roll a d6.
Yes, sir. Just one?
Yeah. I made a chart for random travel. If I can find the damn thing. Okay.
I probably should have rolled something like survival or nature, but anyway, it's too late for now.
Okay. If you want to roll D100.
Oh, I'm not totally sure how to do that, but
I think you should.
oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not actually going to notice it very much, but just kind of traveling through the day, there's a lot of turbulence and stuff. As you look up closer to the surface, it's going to be a little bit darker because there's heavy weather, rain, heavy wind up above. So it's just a lot darker, even through the canopy and stuff. It's just going to be really dark going through here. Which probably has helped out a lot because CHOWDAH can just pull out his glow rod. So you guys will have plenty of light from that, but
My glow bar.
yeah.
And okay, so now I can do that. So based on what
were you doing survival for?
Yeah, I was imagining that I either have been around in this region or is something similar to it, and I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna I mean, I'm not even sure if it is like a survival test, but I wanted to like know or have an idea of any of any animals or creatures which might be dangerous to us, so that we can be a bit more
Okay.
prepared. Which one do you want
That
to?
would
So I have
knowing stuff in the area honestly would probably be more nature.
Yeah, that's not where my forte.
Survival tends to be with kind of engaging it, like tracking or nothing specific.
Okay. And if
what are we doing?
If I talk to any small fish or talk, and do I sense them a bit more agitated, or
No,
they
I mean
look
relatively normal. I mean,
okay, so it's safe to go. I
so
think.
you guys travel for the course of the day, and you're almost not going to see the sun setting because of the heavy weather up above. You're just gonna get tired and call it a day, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. If we. So yeah.
And you guys are still in the woods.
Well, it's not woods; it's forest.
Well, I mean, I know. Well,
Yeah.
woods, forest. It's in my head. It's the same thing.
I know.
Yeah, to me as a non-English first speaker, it's the same to me as well. I think
I know, but it's called woods because they're made of trees, which are wood. These aren't actually wood.
Okay.
So that's part.
That's the difference.
It's weird.
I actually thought that a forest was like a bigger woods, a bigger area of woods.
It is, but a forest doesn't have to be woods. Doesn't have to be trees. Like a kelp forest is a thing.
Okay. Okay, so as far as
you can look up you can actually like Google the pictures. I almost got one to set as a background, and I might for the next game, but they're pretty to look at. Anyways, so are you guys going to set up some sort of camp or something?
Yeah. So yeah, since this was an underwater campaign, I assumed that we wouldn't actually use camping stuff
No, not traditionally.
Because it can just float, where we were anyway, and we what did fire or any of this kind of stuff, and okay, I can probably stay up in the next 4 hours, and to be on the alert, to be on watch, and you guys can sleep if you want to. And after 4 hours, I'll need a bit of time to do some of my trance, and we just hope that we won't face any.
So are you guys gonna set up a watch, or are you just gonna?
Yeah. I think I think the issue is if we do set up a watch, it's gonna take longer than 8 hours in total, right? Because then people, if someone doesn't rest for 8 hours in total,
Not necessarily. Well,
they won't get the benefits of it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I think we can just manage to for me to stay alert for 4 hours, and the rest of them can just sleep for 8 hours. And the 4 hours where we were all sleeping or me in a trance, we can we can deal with
Okay.
with any day.
How are you on time, Darya? Because I know you're basically our alarm clock to stop now, and it's getting close to. Are you good for a bit, or you want me to wrap up?
I mean, I'm good for a little bit longer.
Okay. Landry, roll a d6.
So do the trick. That's
Okay, and then roll a d100.
Okay.
Okay, that fits. The night is going to go by relatively uneventful.
Even the whole 8 hours.
Yep. You're not going to notice any difference. The storm continues throughout the night, but you don't really notice it that much. Are you going to wrap the glow rod up?
Yes.
I assume you do, because he said he gave you the thing. Basically, that's like a 2x2, like lead lined cloth
Okay.
wrap or whatever that actually goes around and actually blocks the light.
Yeah, I just wrote crowbar cloth.
It for game mechanics and stuff, for whatever, it's technically lined with lead.
Okay, I'll write that.
It's probably I should be closer to like a brown here, but anyways. Okay, so you guys will complete your rest.
Yes, and move forward.
Okay. And Darya will give me the
as long
heads up when
as
she wants to call it a wrap, and I can go until you get tired, or 11. But you're kind of the alarm clock at this point, so whenever you want to call it a night, just say so.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I do have to get up at.
Okay, like, we can call it there. So you guys will complete your the evening. Wake up, probably have something to eat, and we will pick up your continuing on next week.
Yeah, this was so fun.
Anything. Okay. No. Anyway.
Sorry. I meant to mention this too. Technically, after you guys, somewhere between dealing with in town, I meant to say you guys leveled up. You guys are gonna hit level 2.
Yay!
I wasn't sure how good, especially some of the people who haven't played a lot, would be at leveling up, but in the middle of a session. But you guys,
we'll level up after the set.
I think it's probably
actually I like not having them level up until they committed a long rest. So you probably would have yesterday had it, but it's a good point to do it anyways. So we will start kind of the outros and stuff, and we will start with Gainly AI and kind of go back in reverse order. So you can start, and I can dump in your command.
All right. So this is me. My name is Gainly AI, and you can find me on Twitter as GainlyAI_. So it is a bit easier now. I'm not a streamer, but I show up in other people's streams, other people's one shots, and yeah, and I'm playing a CL here. It's been really cool, and I don't think I have anything specific planned also for this next week. So I'll see you guys next Monday, I think.
And Geeky.
Hi, I'm Kim, Geeky Tea Party. You can find all my social media information over at geekyteaparty.com. So let's see. This week I will be over at the RPG Labs on Friday, playing the Shattered Gods. And then I will be there again on, I believe, Sunday for more Women in Gaming Month. And I'll be playing with Elise. She'll be the DM. So yeah, I think that's it for me. I'll be a few other places the beginning of next month, but not 100% sure on that. So thank you for watching.
Potato.
And I'm Potato Hollow on Twitch, on the Twitter. I'm Kindled Hollow at Potato Hollow, and I don't know about streaming yet, but I might get in the mood sometime. As for everything else, I am having lots of fun.
And Calvy Cal.
Okay, next.
I am Calv of Calv Gaming, Rotu's brother. I play Sunday night with him in his other Toriel Forgotten Realms game. Now we're in hell right now, so I guess we're not on Toriel anymore. Play this game. We stream Tuesday and Friday nights. I think we're playing Neverwinter this week. Still, I guess. I have my YouTube channel, which is there. I realized that I need to actually record Burial at Sea, ironically, because I actually haven't played that and recorded that. Also Assassin's Creed, random stuff. But I streamed last Wednesday, but my stream schedule is kind of wonky. It's whenever I feel like streaming, but I do usually try to stream on Saturdays from like 10 Eastern Standard Time to whenever I get bored. Depends on how many people show up, depends on how long. And nobody showed up, so I only did it for like an hour and a half last Saturday. So, and that's pretty much me.
And that's everybody. I'm Arc Devil Road 2. I'm here. You can find all my stuff here. My Discord is Char's symbol, and my Twitter is at Arc Devil Road 2. So I'm gonna try and raid Koros because he's on, and he's playing Devil May Cry, and I don't think he can make me cry.
I disagree. I know how to make you cry.
Assuming I have the right command.
Yeah.
There we go.
But I feel like that'd be like an asshole thing to do, so I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you
Well,
will. I made you cry today.
Every sibling knows.
I did not cry.
Every sibling knows how to make another sibling cry.
Well, he's usually not, but I actually know his like one specific thing that upsets him.
We all do. I mean, we all do.
I do actually know his kryptonite.
Change directions.
It's fucked up though.